Andrew Salciunas. This is Marks and Salciunas on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
All right, rolling on a Friday morning in the summertime. It is Marks and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm your host, Sean Marks, alongside Andrew Salciunas. Hi, Tunis.
What's up? I'm already angry at you.
You're already angry?
Oh, Yacht Rock Fridays died. Second you leave middays?
Yeah, it's a midday feature.
Yeah, but look at the shirt I'm wearing.
I know. Well,
I thought we'd be matching. Brothers in arms.
by the time beginning August hit, I was like, all right, I'm all yacht rocked out.
Hey, you're done with the Hawaiian shirt?
Well, we were doing it before, like spring. We did it 1 week, and it was more about music. And Brendan Petrilli comes in the next Friday, and he's like, oh, you guys aren't dressed. He's dressed like he's going on a yacht.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, it's 50 degrees out. I'm not doing Yacht Rock Fridays.
Oh, it's beautiful out this morning, man.
It wasn't bad. It was
I thought maybe coming in like me and John.
No,
I look very comfortable. You do look comfortable.
I am in no mood to do a Yacht Rock Friday today. It's been a long week. And it's cold in here again. You don't even feel it. It's freezing. I walked in the studio.
That's the funniest thing, dude. I walk in here. It doesn't matter. I don't care what the temperature is.
I gotta put my hood up.
I'm fine.
Legit. I got to put my hood up. I walked in here. You wait till you get older. I walked in here. I'm like, Jesus.
Are you really
freezing.
that cold?
It's freezing.
Yeah, I feel great. I'm sweating right now.
You have a pair of shorts and a Yacht Rock type shirt. It's a lime. There's a bunch of limes
on it. Yeah, man.
Does that mean you're drinking when you leave here?
Absolutely. Now I got to go to Temple first.
Oh, that's right.
I got Temple Fest. All the kids are getting to campus this year, and we got a Fanatic tent there.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
a
so I'll be
Fanatic
there.
event?
Yeah, Fanatic event at Temple Fest.
That sounds horrible.
Well, everyone's going to ask me for internships.
I know.
I'm going to say we don't have them.
I'm just saying, like, kudos to you. There's, love Temple. Love them being affiliated with the station. I'm glad you're doing that event, not me. A bunch of annoying college students coming up.
Oh, man. No, it's going to be great. I'm going to go to Maxie's. Drink some Lion's Heads.
I don't even know
Sean?
Lion's Heads?
Yeah.
No, it was Miller High Life.
Yeah, but I had Lion's Heads when I was in school. That was their special. The Philly special that they had was a Lion's Head and a shot. I think it was a Jameson. I forget, or probably even worse. That was our special. So you guys were a Miller High Life?
Yeah, it was $2 Miller High Lifes.
Okay.
All the time. I think after I left, it at least went to $2.50 because of inflation.
Yeah, of course.
Unfortunately.
So what's it now? $5?
I don't know. Ray would probably know better.
The only place that still stands true, the $5 shot in the beer, is Bob and Barb's on South Street. I don't know the last time you've been there.
2003, maybe 2004.
They're the only ones where inflation doesn't matter. It is still $5 for the PBR and the shot of I think it was Jameson they gave. That's the only true Philly special that still exists.
Are you sure McGlinchey's? McGlinchey's used to be.
Good question.
Now they might be over $5, but that used to be the place you could go for like $3 and get a shot.
Right, but it's still $5. I went last year with a couple people, and it was still $5. Like, it did not change.
Do they have a drag show there still?
I think they still do the drag show. They still have there's like the trio of old dudes that play jazz music.
That's what I used to.
They've been there for 30 years.
Well, I'm talking about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
I definitely, it would be a good, if you were trying to impress a first date.
Yeah.
Or maybe a second date. First date. But a second date, you're trying to impress them by like, hey, let's go to this place. And it's like, oh, I've never heard of this place. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Ortlieb's up in I don't know if it's still there, but Ortlieb's up in Northern Liberties used to have a similar jazz night. And it was the same thing. You would get a jazz ensemble of like old guys that have been doing it for 50 years.
Yeah, they sound good.
And they're so good.
Yeah. Ortlieb's still open, ready to go. The sign out the door says Ortlieb's the wet beer.
Yep. Yeah, it was awesome. That's where I used to go. Yeah, but I went to Bob and Barbara's many times.
Yeah, I agree. That place is great. And it's still $5, man. So, Sean, next time you're going on a hot date, go to Bob and Barbara's. Have you ever been?
Never been.
Ah, dude.
Least surprising thing I've heard today.
But then you'll love it. It's one of those places where you've never heard of it, and then you go, and then I'll get the text. I took a couple buddies last year, and I'll get texts. I'm here tonight.
Really?
Yeah, because they're all single and living their life in Philly, and
Right.
I'm the one guy that's not. So I'll get the random text that they're there, and I'll be like, nice.
It's a cool place.
I'm, hanging out with Coop.
Can you want to check out the drag show? And Sean robbed with us this morning, The Worm.
Yeah. Is it like weekly, or how often is it? I mean, I
don't know
maybe
how
check
often it is. They probably do it weekly.
I think it used to be. But anyway, all right, well, go check it out.
I'll be down that way Saturday. Maybe
All
make
right,
our way.
Make it over.
Oh, you will be? Well, he's a big city guy now.
That's
Worm,
right.
Sean Robbins.
Yeah, it must be nice.
Yeah, look at you. What
Well,
have you-
I had to get back into the city after, I guess, my Temple days back in the day.
now, are you going to live in the city for the year and be like, all right, I want to go back to Bucks County?
No.
You're staying?
Yeah, I want to stay, personally. Landlord,
Ooh.
unfortunately, is putting the house up for sale, so I don't know what's going to happen there.
Oh, that
but,
sucks.
we'll figure that one out eventually.
A one and doneer, huh?
Thursdays, Miss
just missed
Lisa's
it.
drag show. So every Thursday at Bob and Barb's, you can see Miss Lisa's drag show.
There you go. All right. Put it on your calendar.
I go Fridays, the crowd pleasers, or Saturdays, the three notes. That's probably the one
That's
I've
the
seen.
one I've-
'cause
that's
it's
the
the
one I've
three
seen,
guys.
too.
Yeah. Dude, they're awesome. 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. No cover. They're just playing jazz for five hours. So go
Yeah.
on a Saturday night and see the three notes.
It was awesome.
I'll pitch the idea.
All right, go
See
for
what
it.
the lady says.
All right. Well, there it is. And we have a lot to talk about today. Time isn't short as we have a full 4 hours, but have fun at Temple today.
Thank you. I can't wait.
Yeah, and I know
General Tso's pizza from Maxie's.
Yeah, see, like you talk about all these things at Temple, right? Like, so when I graduated from high school, Temple was a commuter school.
Yeah.
Period. I couldn't imagine anybody actually going and living at Temple.
Oh, yeah, man.
And then when I went to Temple, which was as an adult, I was, I guess, 27, 28 when I ended up there. And I lived in Northern Liberties. I had a full-time job. So it wasn't a commuter school then. I was amazed. I'm like, hang on, you're from Virginia and you came to Temple?
Yeah.
Like, why? And then you see there's a lot of people, especially from the East Coast, that Temple became a place that a lot of people wanted to go. It was in Philly. If you wanted to do media or whatever, it was a good spot to be. You're in a major city. I was just always amazed. But you're talking about all these places. It still hadn't gotten built up. When I left was when they just built the student center.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was kind of the last year that I was there.
The sack.
Before that, we had to go to those. You either had to go to a food truck, or you had to go to. It may not even be there anymore, but there were like 3 or 4 walk-up restaurants, like you were almost at like a Phillies game.
No, they're still there.
Yeah, they're
I know
still
what
there.
you're talking about.
The
Richie's.
Richie's. Yeah,
By the
Richie's is the
by the
famous one.
library.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The library's gone.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a new library now.
Really?
Yeah, they built it looks like Jerry Jones. It looks like this Cowboy Stadium. It's freaking massive.
Is that right?
And all I'm thinking is the old one. I went in there one time, so I don't know why you're building a new library because I didn't go, but I'm sure there were some smart kids that utilized it.
I went to the library.
Did you? That's nice.
Yeah. I don't know why I wouldn't. I don't know.
I never used it.
It's been a long time. I was thinking about this morning because Salciunas, although you were young when you came here and were an intern and then got hired,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm not old enough to be your father, but I'm definitely your uncle.
Yeah, Uncle John.
Yeah, no, and I don't want to be because I don't feel like I'm your uncle, but I am because when we talk about something like a little bit later on, I have a story from this morning, and I have something along with that. I'm like, I wonder if he'll even know what I'm talking about, and the odds are you won't. So some of the TV references and the movie references, I got to realize everybody I'm working on the show with, I've become the friggin' old guy in Philadelphia sports radio.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
It sucks.
Because I look at Sean as a child. And I can only imagine how you look at Sean.
Because when I started, I was kind of like the first young guy that came around because you had the old guard,
Yeah.
of Angelo and Glenn and Mike, and you had the
Right.
older guys that were doing it. And Anthony came along, but Anthony's a good, I don't know, he's at least a couple years older than me.
Yeah, he's in his 50s.
Right.
At the
So he's
5-0, yeah.
yeah, well, he's definitely in his 50s,
Yeah.
but so he's probably like 5. So Anthony wasn't a lot older than me, but those other guys were. And so I became the kind of young, like, oh, he's the young producer guy in Philadelphia sports radio. And then everybody became the young producer guy after me.
Yeah.
So I'm a trailblazer, Sean Rodman.
Because it was cheaper that way, too.
Yeah. The idea with Mike was they were hiring him and they were going to pair me with him, but no one really knew how that was going to work.
Right.
Mike had always had a co-host. Mike was with Steve Fredericks. He was with Howard for a while, which was horrible. And he was with Anthony. And then he came here and he was solo with the producer. And then that became the model where I worked with him for 4 years.
Yeah.
Sean, a lot of people may not remember. Sean Brace worked with Mike it wasn't even a year.
Yeah.
Because that's when they moved us to middays. And then Sean came with me. And then Mertitas became the producer.
And then I was for 6 months.
I don't remember that at all. It's probably because I was going up against you.
Tyrone had contract stuff going on in his previous radio station. So I was kind of like the placeholder for half
in between Jason and Tyrone?
Yeah, for 6 months.
I don't remember that.
And then I went back with Jason and Harry middays. And then
Okay.
Here we are now.
Look at you.
Dude, so much has changed. It's unbelievable, dude.
Can you call me Uncle? No, don't call me Uncle John. I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
Well, I used to call John Kincaid Uncle John.
How old are you?
I'll be 50 in December.
Oh, yeah, you're Uncle John, dude.
I know I am. That's what I'm saying.
32.
I know how old you are.
You're Uncle John. And we have the same birthday.
We do have the same birthday,
Really?
which is very odd.
Bill and I have the same birthday, too.
Do you?
You in Colorado?
Yeah.
No, but to have a show of two people as the host that have the same birthday.
Yeah, what are the odds?
Not good.
That probably doesn't happen.
What could the odds be? I'm not a statistician. I can't even say the word.
Will ChatGPT?
Yes.
All right,
What are
I'll
the
try to
odds
figure
of
that out.
of two people having the same birthday? So it wouldn't be one in 365 because there's too many different ways. Robin's looking at me like, huh?
I have no idea how you calculate this.
Well, I took a statistics course in college where we learned about this. Everybody in a room of at least like 50 people, there will be somebody that has the same birthday.
So hold on. What are the odds of two people having the same birthday?
I have the breakdown here for you.
Go.
So if there's 10 people in a room,
How about two people?
well, the ChatGPT only gives me 10. 10 people in the room, 11%. 20 people in the room, 41%. 50 people, like I said, in my stats course, I remember this, 97% chance that if 50 people are in the room at the same time, somebody has the same birthday.
That's
And-
interesting.
And my professor told us this and then said, all right, start throwing out birthdays. And right away, like the first person said September or whatever. And somebody was like, yeah, same. It freaked me out, man. But it's just the numbers.
Do you know who else shares our birthday? Tunis?
Liv Kincaid.
Is that right?
That is true.
What?
Yes.
So your former co-host's daughter had the same birthday as you. Now that's something.
It's freaking weird, man.
Reggie White, December 19th.
Yes, that's true.
I believe Alyssa Milano.
Oh, is that right?
Because when I interviewed her in person, and by the way, she was vibing with me.
Oh, yeah?
We're similar ages. You know me. Big, handsome. It's hard not to be impressed when you come away with being interviewed by me. But I definitely charmed her.
Okay.
And I used the birthday. I don't know if she was the 18th or we actually have the same birthday. I think we have the same birthday. But I used that as an in, and I charmed her. And I had her smiling and laughing. And after the interview, I forget who I was working with. It was like, she liked you.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, she might have like thought I was cute during the interview, but she like, because she was interested. I'm in. Let's go. She's rich and famous.
Absolutely.
This is prior to me being involved with my wife.
Oh, wait, Jake Gyllenhaal, also on our birthday.
No.
That's another big name for you.
When's your birthday, Worm?
June 9th.
June 9th. Dutsy and Austin Jones have the same birthday. Bro, that's weird. So we have 3 birthday pairings at 97.5 The Fanatic as of 6:13 in the morning. Because I don't know. There's other people that work here. We don't know what other birthdays
I mean,
are.
it sounds like a great topic for the day. They can lead with it on the midday show.
Let's break it down, man.
All right, well, like, listen, we're not gonna lead with that on the midday show. And actually, you know what? Did the hug from that was heard around the world happen on the midday show? Or did that happen after?
It happened because Ray Dunne had another great reaction visual. Because if you remember when LeBron signed, he
Yes.
had the great reaction visual. He had another one yesterday because it was, oh my God, it happened.
Breaking news. they
A.J.
hugged.
Brown and Jalen Hurts dapped up and then they touched the shoulder. It wasn't a full embrace.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't
was
a hug,
dap
but
up
it was
with like the hand on the shoulder, like you pat, like, all right, good seeing you, buddy.
But you know what? It was real. And we're gonna break it. You know, we got to break it down.
Break it down,
We're
man.
we have to break everything down.
We got the all 22 of it.
Yeah, this will be the last time ever we discuss A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. I'm sure we'll never bring it up again.
Yeah, sure.
But yes, that happened at Eagles joint practice yesterday with the Patriots, and we'll recap all of that coming up next segment. But it is pretty funny. So here's my question: are we insane?
Yes.
Well, yes.
Period.
All right. Yes. But isn't this like are we too insane over this whole thing of them not? AJ said yesterday, y'all Philly, like you're making a really big deal about this. Maybe he's right. I just don't know how he doesn't think that we're going to make a big deal about this. You were you went to 2 Super Bowls, you won one, you're one of the better wide receivers in the NFL, and you've demanded to be traded from the Eagles, and in large part because of your dissatisfaction with the quarterback.
Yeah, so we're not insane. We are insane, but we're not insane for this to be so obsessed with this story because we're not used to success and then players leaving because of it. Or not because of it, but during it. Like, we're used to players leaving because we're not winning.
And then we hate them after they leave.
We're used to players leaving because they don't like it here. Scott Rowland, right?
That's the first name that comes to mind, Scott Rowland.
J.D. Drew doesn't even sign here,
Didn't want
right?
to play here, yep.
So we're used to the guys that are like, no, I don't want to go there, or I'm not winning here, I'm going to leave, or in a previous era, not necessarily now, organization's cheap. Reggie White, I'm not gonna play with the Philadelphia Eagles anymore.
Yeah, it's not a positive story.
We're not used to, oh my God, our teams are all relevant, our teams are good, our teams are winning, right? The Eagles won the Super Bowl, and yet it's still not making somebody happy, and we can't understand that, and it's why I still don't agree with it, but last year we had Kurt Warner on when all this really started snowballing. Season was still going on. A.J. Brown clearly not happy, not talking to the media, but then when he does, he says stuff where you could tell there's issues. And I asked Kurt, like, all right, you played with the greatest show on turf. You had Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Marshall Faulk. You had to keep everybody happy. And he actually respected A.J. Brown for his opinion, and part of it was he already won. He is now striving for greatness, and he may see that he's not going to get that here. Us as fans say, well, screw you, dude. You're playing for the Eagles. You're not playing for A.J. Brown.
See, I never had that. I never once felt negatively about A.J. until after he got traded, and it's like, hang on, this is so calculated and orchestrated.
Yes.
Like, it almost looks like an outline that someone handed me. It's like a PDF file or a PowerPoint, how they executed this whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was. We had actually had Herm Edwards on. Might have been, I think we looked it up. It was like October. So it was after one of the social media things that he put out. And, you know, there was talk in the media like he's obviously not happy. And if he requested a trade, guys knew that. They just weren't reporting it yet because it probably wasn't verified or they didn't feel comfortable putting it out there. And we brought Herm on, and he said, oh, he won't be with the Eagles next year. Like you want a Super Bowl? You just want a Super Bowl and you're already unhappy with the quarterback? He's like, oh, he's not going to be back next year. And there were people that were pissed. I'm like, Herm doesn't know what he's talking about. He's being negative. No, he does know what he's talking about because he may know some things behind the scenes that are happening too. So it's an informed opinion.
He also played, and he knows that if a guy's not happy enough when they're winning, when is he ever going to be happy?
They won a Super Bowl, and he's already unhappy. Now, he had to be like AJ, according to at least people that I talked to, AJ in the offseason, even after winning the Super Bowl, they had to tell him, hey, we got a new offensive coordinator coming in. We're going to do all this stuff. It's going to be a different offense. It's going to be a much better offense. Yeah. Like, even after winning the Super Bowl, he was unhappy with how the offense looked the year before. So it's one of the more – it just goes with this whole team. You have a quarterback that is the Super Bowl MVP that would have won another Super Bowl that outplayed Pat Mahomes in 2 Super Bowls, 2 in 4 years, and nobody in the NFL respects him.
Right.
Very little respect. You have a head coach that people are like, what does he do? Get him the hell out of here. Meanwhile, he's been to the playoffs 5 straight years, as has Jalen Hurts. Yeah. And then we have A.J. Brown, who forces his way out of Philadelphia. And, when was the last time something like this happened? This is the weirdest friggin' team I've ever seen of any team.
And the other thing is, as camp continues, I mean, look, I don't know how much people are diving into what's going on, but Mekhi Lemon's not been having a great camp because he's been unavailable. Eli Stauer says, I saw some videos yesterday, but from a lot of the reporters, has not had a good.
It ain't looking good.
Has not had a good camp. Now we're relying on Hollywood Brown and Elijah Moore and Dontavian Wicks. We just talked about it yesterday. The season might feel like a tryout. Like the regular season might be a tryout for who the second wide receiver is next to Devontae Smith. Think about all these conversations we're having because A.J. Brown's not here anymore. And that's why I don't think we're obsessed in we're crazy way. Like A.J. Brown, I don't know why he thinks it's so confusing as to why we're so obsessed by the story. You guys had everything here. You guys are successful. You guys win. There's Super Bowl expectations again this year, even without A.J. Brown. And you just left.
Well, he's also never explained why he wanted to leave.
Right. That'll be 10 years from now.
Well, I don't think it's ever going to be. That's not like I respect A.J. Brown for this. He didn't throw anybody under the bus.
No.
there's been I don't think there's any tell-all coming out about anybody. He's not, like, 10 years from now, does he do an interview where he says, this is why I wanted to leave? I don't think he does. This is it. Like, this is
You don't think 10 years from now?
No, I don't think he wants to.
Sure.
When he says that he's all about positivity, I can't see him coming out and here's what really happened. Now, Tim McManus might come out and say, here's what really happened, but don't we know what really happened? We'll break it down because.
Break it down, man.
So is it just a dap that was heard around the world, or
Yeah, a dap and a shoulder touch. Heard
a
around
shoulder
the world.
touch?
Yeah, and a smile. They both smiled at each other. They talked for like 5 seconds.
Well, we'll break it down, but I guess more importantly, we'll break down what happened in the second day of joint practices. Did the Eagles get a win or did they get a loss? We'll give you everything and more coming up, including the first overall pick threw a pick six last night. We'll have that for you as well. Phillies are starting a series tonight against the Cardinals. A lot to get to. About last night is the name of the segment. That is coming up next. Marks and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Joint practice is officially over. I'm Sean Rodman. The Eagles had a better showing on defense, according to multiple reports up in New England. The offense had some up and downs, according to various reports as well. Jordan Mailata, though, he spoke after the game on the offensive line.
It was good, but we have a chance to do something special. But in order to do that, we can't have days like the last 2 days up front. It always starts up front, and we've had multiple false starts.
So a couple of problems up front for the offensive line so far for the Eagles. The Eagles are off today and have a Week 2 preseason matchup tomorrow against the Patriots up in Foxborough. Phils are 5 games back from the Braves after the Braves won last night in the division, and they are 2 games ahead of the Padres for that second wild card spot. They host the Cardinals this weekend. Jesus Luzardo gets a start for the Phils and Hunter Dobbins for the Cardinals. First pitch is at 6:40. This update's brought to you by Verizon Business. Verizon Business experts love small businesses, so they come directly to you on your schedule with real expertise tailored to your needs. Make an appointment with a Verizon Business expert. Go to Verizon.com/book today. I'm Sean Rodman on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
This is Marks and Salciunas with John Marks and Andrew Salciunas on 97.5 The Fanatic, The Fanatic's YouTube channel, and the Fanatic app.
Guys, you heard it. Lots of places. You want to listen, watch, subscribe on YouTube. All of our chatters, good morning. Yeah, the same people every morning is like you're going to the Cheers and you have Norm.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's our YouTube chat every morning. Greg, Ray, who's always so kind to everybody, Jay King, Draco Medina, which is a great name. Couldn't you hear him pitching for the Phillies? Now pitching for the Phillies, Draco Medina. Well, there was, what was his name? Who was the prospect?
Adonis Medina.
Adonis Medina, yeah, that guy.
Or Adolis Medina.
Whatever, he sucked too.
He did. No,
Yeah.
and he was
an
a good
untouchable.
he was a good prospect.
Untouchable.
He was.
Can't trade this guy.
Oh no, he had really good movement. Believe me, I loved him.
There you go, Adonis Medina, 19 appearances and
He's
ERA
been
of 5.35.
He made the bigs. It's been a while since he's been with the bigs.
Yeah, the Mets in 2022.
Correct. Oh, believe me, I follow these guys. I look at box scores of minor league baseball all the time.
He's currently pitching for the Toros de Tijuana.
In the
Mexican,
Mexican
leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that? Good for you, Adonis.
Yep. All right. Well, there you go. Zach Berman's going to join us coming up at 7 o'clock-ish. He's still up in I don't know if he's in Rhode Island with BLG or wherever, but he's going to be taking the train home today.
Yeah.
So he's going to join us before he jumps on the train. So that's coming up at approximately 7 o'clock, 7:05. But let's get to last night. And really, it was yesterday. The DAP and the shoulder touch heard around the world because, yes, let's get it out of the way early. Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, or A.J. Brown came over to Jalen Hurts, who was throwing the ball, came up and dapped him and had a nice little conversation with him. They were both smiling.
By the way, I did watch the video. There was a little huggage, back tap.
I thought so.
But it wasn't like,
It wasn't a full hug.
you got hitting the back. Like, oh, great seeing you, brother.
But you don't get a lot of full hugs in that. Daryl Morey and James Harden are the only full hug, the warm embrace. It's a little uncomfortable how much you guys are hugging each other. It wasn't like that. But I'll say this. It was AJ needed to be the one to go up to break the ice because it's obviously awkward.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's more than a little bit of an awkwardness to it. And AJ needed to do it. Jalen doesn't need to go up to AJ. He could have just to be the big, but I don't think Jalen needed to be the first one to do it.
That had to be AJ.
AJ came up and he did the right thing and he did it. And we'll break it down more in the 7 o'clock hour. But I like it. I was happy to see it because I hate to think two guys that won a Super Bowl together and had that success together that they can't even say hi when they're around.
Yeah, look, all sports stuff aside, the guy's the godfather of one of his children.
I hear people say that so many times.
Like,
I don't. Who can like clearly they don't like being a godfather of a child doesn't matter as much anymore.
but I think like that means they were friends. All right, that means they were
Agreed.
tight. And like, I have a couple or like one buddy from over the years that he and I are like excommunicated. And every once in a while, you think about it, you're like, damn.
I wish I still had the relationship.
Yeah,
but they didn't have a long relationship. It felt like that they got hot and heavy pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
With the friendship. And then all of a sudden he was like, nah, AJ's a really, really interesting guy.
He is. I remember Kincaid pointing this out. Like, look at his groomsmen. They're all guys he met like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Well, you know what it is? He probably doesn't have a lot of long-term, I don't want to say long-term relationships, but I'm a loner. I'm an only child.
Yeah.
I'm a loner. So it's easy for me not to have relationships. It is. It's one of my character flaws. I have my friends from high school that I still talk to. I have those people. I never see them.
Right.
I don't make a lot of effort into seeing those people where I should. And again, it's a character flaw of me.
You also have 3 kids, bro.
Yeah, but I can't use that as an excuse because it's not. It's like I really much am a loner, and I would rather be by myself than with a group of people. And yeah, it's something that I could, if I wanted to, work on. AJ, to me, I feel a little bit of that with AJ.
Sure.
Actually, with Hurts. Hurts is a loner.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really see him out and about with a bunch of people. And
No.
look, part of me loves it.
Works
because
for
that
him.
means he just focuses on football, and I like that about my quarterback.
But anyway, Jalen Hurts, the much maligned Jalen Hurts from day one of the practice where the Eagles were thoroughly beaten by the Patriots.
Yeah, man, bad loss on Wednesday.
Well, they got the win yesterday,
Yes.
according to all observers.
Or even the series, man. Rubber matches tomorrow.
Is that? Do we really consider that the rubber match?
Oh yeah, it's the 5th starters, like Cole Payton. He's Andrew Painter tomorrow, man. We need him to come up big.
Anyway, so the Eagles did well yesterday. Jalen Hurts bounced back. I know he threw an interception, but all the video that I saw, and there's a lot of it out there, shout out to all the people that were there taking the videos, looked really, really good. And by all indications from the reporters, a very good day for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I think I've only saw one report of somebody not having a good day yesterday, and it was Eli Stowers, which is concerning because he has not had a good camp, and he's your second-round pick, and we're looking at how you're going to replace 1,000 yards via the aggregate, so you need guys to be able to
it ain't gonna
play
be
well.
him.
It might not be him from everything that we've been told and from what we have seen with our own eyes. But, yeah, for the most part, it seems like the entire team had a good day yesterday, which is good.
Yeah, so and Mekhi Lemon returned to practice. Stowers, this is something we've talked about, and you mentioned it in the first segment, I think. You may not get a lot of production from your first-round pick and your second-round pick, which is a lot different than what we saw with Coop and with Quinyon Mitchell. That's not normal to get that kind of production from rookies.
No, so we shouldn't make that the bar, but then again, like, what's the floor?
But
the floor can't be Jalen Reagor.
But if you draft somebody in the second round, he needs to be able to at least be a contributor.
Sure.
And it's one thing if it's, hey, he's a little bit raw, and we already have really good guys at that position, so we don't need to do it. The Eagles drafted Lito and Sheldon Brown. They didn't need to start because there were veterans. That was very much we're not going to resign Troy Vincent. We're not going to resign Bobby Taylor. We're drafting these guys, and they're going to be the starters, and that's exactly what they did, and it worked flawlessly. They went to a Super Bowl with those players.
Well, think about this stretch of second-round picks for the Eagles. I'm not the biggest Miles Sanders fan, but he was a professional running back, right? Miles Sanders,
he's very good.
Jalen Hurts, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Cooper DeJean. That's 5 straight years of playable to all-pro players, but the last 2 years, Makuba, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know who he is, guys. Like, the guy couldn't stay healthy in college. He couldn't stay healthy last year. And then Eli Stowers. Now, before Miles Sanders, this is why you weren't winning Super Bowls. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, you had Dallas Goedert, which was a hit. Sidney Jones, Eric Rowe, Jordan Matthews, who was okay. Zach Ertz, we know, legend. Michael Kendricks, Vinnie Curry, Jaquan Jarrett, Nate Allen.
Well, the Jaquan Jarrett was drafting for need because Brian Dawkins left.
Correct.
And that was a disaster.
Correct.
You brought up Miles Sanders. That was a really good draft pick. Miles Sanders was a good running back.
For a second-round pick?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. But you had like a 6-year stretch where your second-round picks weren't really doing much for you.
So for people that are listening, in the 6 o'clock hour especially, if you want to dial in because we're talking about something,
let's go to the phones,
we'll
man.
probably just put you on the air. Like our buddy Spanky. What's up, Spank?
Oh, legend, dude.
Spanky!
What's up? Can you hear me?
What's up, homie?
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
What's going on, man?
Yo.
So, I want to, I got married. I got a new job. I ain't talked to y'all in a long time. So,
We got you.
I want to talk about this AJ Jalen Hurts dynamic. Like, honestly speaking, man, who really cares if they really talk or they not friends no more? I was kind of getting sick and tired of that real.
Well, here's why I care,
dynamic.
Spanky. It's clearly the reason why he's not here anymore, and I think he's a better wide receiver than Hollywood Brown, Dontavian Wicks, Eli Stowers, Mekhi Lemon.
So
That's why
besides
I care.
that, I think Spanky's saying he's gone, so why do we care now?
Sure.
And here's what I'll say, Spanky, closure. There didn't seem to be any closure because no one really talked about what actually happened. So now we know he's gone, and I thought it was nice to see them kind of come over and be friendly and have a real – that wasn't a fake conversation of, hey, how are you doing?
That is true. And I'm going to tell y'all, like, I'm more concerned at the fact is that when I watched that Baltimore game they played last week, right, and I know it was the backup Cats. I get that. But what I don't understand is that if we keep changing these offenses every year, why don't we play the starters at least one series? I just don't want to go into this season and they look like blah coming out of the gate.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through that again. I'm getting so sick of that. We got so many different new pieces. We got this new coordinator again. I do not want to come out of the gate and we look like trash.
Yo, Spank.
I do not want that to happen.
Yo, Spank, I used to have this issue with the designated hitter. I was so anti-designated hitter for so many years. And then you know what I did? I said, The designated hitter's coming.
It's going to happen.
Even though it's going to change baseball, it changes strategy. It takes really anything that the manager does. It doesn't matter as much anymore. But I knew it was coming. The Eagles are not going to play their starters in the preseason. And you just have to give up on that because they're not going to do it. And you know what? It's proven to be effective. You can't argue with the results of the team. But to your point, they don't necessarily look great coming out of the gate. The offense doesn't necessarily look great, but they're not going to play the starters.
But here's the thing, 5-0. They're 5-0 week one. Spanky, I'm the same way, but they're 5-0, dude, week one.
Yeah, I give them that. I'll be calling y'all next in a couple weeks, man, just to see how it goes.
All right.
One more thing.
What?
I want to tell y'all something.
What?
On another note, the Sixers, right? I want to bring up the Sixers real quick.
Go.
The Sixers right now, you know how, forget about the play and stuff like that. Do you know how much the games is going to be jumping down there every time they play? It's going to be like being in L.A. or in New York every time they play. I can't wait to take my lady on date night. I cannot wait to take a date night on the game.
Do you have season tickets?
No, but I got a hookup though.
Okay.
My cousin just told me something yesterday, and taking because it's going to be like an event every night to go down there because everybody is going to be out. Like you know how you see the Kardashians and all that. It's going to be date night. You're going to be seeing so much fashion, so much excitement. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait.
Have a good weekend, Spanky. You're giving me goosebumps just thinking about it. You know what? What I'll compare it to. When the aces, the 5 aces, really the 4 aces were in Philly.
Yeah.
162 games in Major League Baseball is a lot. It felt like on most nights a playoff game because when you had Halladay coming out pitching like he was pitching, he won the Cy Young. Cliff Lee, it wasn't regular season baseball. It was must-see TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you had the lineup of Ryan Howard. You didn't want to go to the bathroom when those guys were coming up before that. So this long NBA season – man, these regular season games are going to have a much different sense of urgency when you're watching.
And look, I know we're going to get the tweet at some point. I bought tickets to that game and LeBron didn't play, and you're going to be bummed out. And I get it.
It sucks.
I get it. But you know who's still going to play that night? Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
Tyrese Maxey. Joel Embiid.
To your point,
BJ Edgecombe.
Brown doesn't do a lot of load management.
Right.
So he's going to be out there unless he's injured. Maxey's going to be out there which he's injured, which he does get injured. Edgecombe is still a legit reason to go down and watch him. So even if LeBron and Embiid are out, they still have very good players on their team.
Yeah, and they'll probably not stack them in the same game, right? Unless Embiid's out with an injury, which we're accustomed to. But if it's a load management night, it's going to be one of the 5 or one of the 2, really, Joel Embiid and LeBron.
All right, back to the Eagles here. Nick Sirianni was asked about because you get the wins and the losses, and I embrace training camp stats and wins and losses in joint practices. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, I'm like, no. Eagles won yesterday. Zach Berman's going to tell us whether they won or lost yesterday. But here's Nick Sirianni. He says this is the question and answer being asked about winning and losing in playoff practices.
On that note, Nick, a lot of debate about whether you won or lost practice. Do you guys evaluate that? How do you evaluate these 2 days?
Yeah, just like we evaluate normal practices. We don't get too much into the win and loss of a joint practice. There's a lot of different situations we're working, different scenarios we're working, different flows of the game. It's not truly a drive. So again, we're just looking for good work and be able to correct and praise the things that went well.
There you go.
When do you think this started? The winning practices.
Elliott started it.
No, I know he started the Jalen Hurts, tracker.
Well, no, but that listen, I'll just tell you, that's kind of when it started.
Okay.
It's people I say it having fun because when you get people that don't understand, it's you're just having fun. It's a joke. There's no wins and losses in joint practices. Yeah, no crap. It's not. But, ultimately, you do a joint practice because you want the competition. And even now the coaches say, instead of the preseason games, you have this joint practices. Yeah. So while they're not keeping score like a typical game, you know if you got the better of the team in practice or not.
Right.
That's all it's about.
Did the red zone offense suck all day yesterday at practice? That would be a concern if it sucked all day at practice.
Day one, everybody agreed the Patriots got the better of the Eagles across the board. Yesterday, the Eagles got the better of the Patriots. So they won yesterday. The Patriots, we know you go to ESPN.com, there's not in the standings joint practices. Don't take it so seriously.
Got the rubber match tomorrow,
Right.
man.
Saquon Barkley, not a fan of joint practices. And it's a question and answer on Saquon Barkley and the joint practices. Go ahead.
Then you get the pushing, the shoving, and someone says it's about you, and I'm like, oh no, but I'm not that. You're this. It's like it's immature when we get to that level. I got to do a better job.
So, by the way, I did stop this real fast. This was Lane Johnson and one of the Patriots were fighting.
Yeah, they got tangled up.
And there was some trash talking going on out there. Go ahead.
A little troublemaker sometimes, but I was good. This week.
Was there a little more of that today, though? Maybe a little after the whistle and stuff?
Yeah, that's bound to happen after day 2. You go back, you watch film. I don't believe in like someone won today versus they lost today, but you watch film and it's gonna be a little more. I don't want to say competitive because it's not even that. It's just obviously football is just a physical game within itself and a little extra pushing and shoving. But we got to do a better job of also not allowing that to have a factor in our practice.
All right, there you go. Saquon's always the very mature one.
Yeah, he is. But, like, I saw Lou Riddick yesterday. It was 2 days ago. I heard it yesterday driving in. He called players on the Cowboys and Saints idiots for fighting in practice. And I get it. The 6th fight, sure.
Well, I heard it. He said they should cut him.
But my thing is, Lou, you mean to tell me, like, at any point, and I know there weren't joint practices back in the day, but at any point during his practice days where his teammates didn't get into a fight? Like, it's going to happen.
I actually think they did have joint practices. It just wasn't every year you have scheduled joint practices. The Patriots have 2 this year. They had the Colts already, or they're going to have it coming up. So they have 2. I mean, the Eagles sometimes have 2. A couple years ago, they had the Ravens in Philly, and John Harbaugh actually, he held up the team bus. Him and Ike obviously have a relationship. He was his coach.
Sure, yeah.
And he agreed. He's like, yeah, absolutely, I'll do it. The team bus was waiting to leave, and Harbaugh did, like, the PR guys being like, wrap it up, and Harbaugh was like, no, I got it. Spent like 20 minutes with us just like shooting the bleep.
Yeah.
Which was really, really cool. But you can see why these joint practices are legit and why the coaches and the teams like.
Yeah, because the coaches are calling each other the night before.
Correct.
Saying, what do you want to wear tomorrow? What are you having for lunch? And what should we do at practice?
All right, we got we have a Mendoza pick 6 coming up. Let's go to Bill in Levittown. Bill, is this my friend Bill in Levittown?
Johnny Moore!
It is. What's up, Bill? What's up, dude?
What's going on, boys? How we feeling? Johnny,
hold on, real fast. See, I have to. He was always Bill in Northeast Philly, but he hasn't lived in Northeast Philly in a long time.
Okay.
So you are now Bill in Levittown. So as long as I see that, that's who you'll be. So Bill and our late friend Bart called in for a contest, and they won tickets with me and Sean. We went up limo to Madison Square Garden. How we did this, I don't know. And we saw the Rangers and the Flyers play in Madison Square Garden. We took a limo.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was the best contest. Well, no, it was a great contest. I did some other cool stuff. But Bill is a great guy and a maniac too.
And he's a Northeast guy.
We had these Rangers fans
faithful up there, man.
Even back then, the beers in Madison Square Garden were like $20 each. We had fans buying us beers the whole time.
Oh, that's cool.
It was awesome.
That's great.
Yo, 27, what's up?
You're funny, Bill.
Hey, look, I just wanted to get this out of the way. Johnny, I am so happy for you. It couldn't happen to a better person. Like Johnny said, been a fan for a very, very, very long time. And then we created a special bond with your Saturday morning shows.
Yep.
And you would brace at the restaurant. And since then, it turned into basically like a friendship. And then
I've watched his family grow. I've watched his family grow. I know Bill's wife.
Amazing.
These guys are great.
And wherever you were at, we always met. And when you brought up, I'm not a person that goes out much and talks to people. That was your job, and we used to go out and see you everywhere you went.
Well, that's true. That's true. Professionally, I'm comfortable doing it.
Sure.
But anyway. And Bill's a big Birds guy. He was probably a big Buddy Ryan fan back in the day.
Absolutely.
I was huge, Buddy Ryan. What are you kidding? So real quick, to get their joint practices. Also, me and Bart were also coaches. Coming from that perspective, it's huge. And again, right, John, you don't shoot, it was a win or a loss, but you do notice one thing: it's the offensive line. When the offensive line is more physical than the other team's defense line and vice versa, that's when you know you won, because then you know you can do certain things in games that other teams can't do. If I am more physical than you and I can push you around,
I know as a coach that I can do whatever I want on the run game. The passing game comes. It'll come off the run game. And that's the biggest thing about joint practices is because you get that physicality that you don't see in a practice with your own team.
You're right. Yeah, no, you know you're going up there and it's going to be something different. It's also something different. You've been hitting you've been hitting your teammates for how many weeks in a row or how many games?
Oh, the Eagles started fighting each other. What? Ojomo and Fred Johnson got into a fight. Steen and Ty Robinson got into a fight. Like, you needed to hit somebody else.
Absolutely, and that's the best part about the joint practices. When I coached, I used to love scrimmages more than I loved games sometimes because of that fact. Because I got to teach and work on things that didn't go well. But when things went well, I didn't say it out loud to the team, but you would say it in your head or to your other coaches. Hey, guys, you know what? We're really good at this aspect of the game. We can really flourish on this aspect of the game. So from that point, and from what I'm hearing, I heard that the offensive line kicked the living crap out of New England all week, the 2 days, and that Saquon was just running through gaping holes.
Then you need that.
Yes, and we extremely need that. And you know that, John.
All right, Bill, listen, good to talk to you. I'm up against it here. Thank you very much. Quickly with Mendoza. So he made his debut last night, first pick in the draft for Fernando Mendoza. About 8 minutes to go in the first quarter this happened.
Play action from Mendoza, and he comes back over the middle, and he's picked off. Wood as the rookie. Mendoza trying to track him down and cannot. Pick 6 for the Texans and the rookie.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Yeah. They were down 20-0 at the half, but a big rally. How about that Aiden? Is it McConnell? Aiden Connell.
O'Connell, maybe?
O'Connell. 22 unanswered points. They win it.
That's huge. Good for Aiden.
Oh, man.
He started a couple games, right?
He's better than – yeah, he's actually a decent backup.
Well, because they've been a mess the last couple of years.
It's a bad
right. I think he was Carr's backup, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
He was a starter for a decent amount of games.
Yeah.
He's better than Minshew.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
Minshew mania.
All right, coming up, the Athletics' Zach Berman. He was at the practices. Did he give the Eagles a W yesterday in the practice? You think Zach is too much of a journalist to do the W's and L's?
I think he'll play along with it.
All right. Zach's cool. All right, Zach's awesome. Review everything, including what he saw at practice and the DAP herd around Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. That's coming up next. Zach Berman. His insights from joint practice. Don't go anywhere.
This hour is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White is here for the pro.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Joint practice is officially over. I'm Sean Rodman. The Eagles had a better showing on defense, according to reports. The offense had some ups and downs, according to some various reports, but Jordan Mailata spoke after practice on the offensive line.
It was good, but we have a chance to do something special. But in order to do that, we can't have days like the last 2 days up front. It always starts up front, and we've had multiple false starts.
Eagles are off today and have Week 2 preseason matchup on Saturday against the Patriots. Zach Berman of The Athletic joins us next from Foxborough on the joint practices the Eagles just had. Phils are 5 games back from the Braves in the division and have a 2-game lead over the Padres as they sit in the second wildcard spot right now. Phils host the Cardinals this weekend with Jesus Luzardo scheduled to get the start for the Phils and Hunter Dobbins for the Cardinals. First pitch is at 6:40. I'm Sean Rodman on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
conversation and send us a text or voice message on the Davis Honda text line at 610-632-0975. Now back to Marks and Salciunas on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
I like this one. For the most part, I don't like the produce into segment with the music underneath it. I like different music.
Rise and shine, Philadelphia.
I love this one. All right, we're back. Marks and Salciunas, John Marks, Andrew Salciunas. The Worms, Sean Rodman producing and on updates today. And Sam is still back there. Shammy, what was
Cyrus.
No, but what was I calling him?
Schneerus?
No, what was the nickname I was calling him, though?
You were calling him Shammy Schneerus.
Shammy Schneerus.
You're saying it sounds like a guy from the Goodfellas.
He does. He sounds like a Goodfellas character. And Austin Jones is doing his usual thing.
From the YouTube.
Doing everything else. Good morning, everybody. The Eagles had the 2 days of practices against the Patriots. They have the game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock start. I'll be tuned in like I am to every Eagles preseason.
No, I probably
game.
won't be.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Second straight week, I'm admitting it.
Yeah.
Like, Connor was, when I was still Connor, he's like, what do you mean you're not going to watch? I go, I'll put it on at some point, but I was going down the shore. A couple of my best friends were going to be down there. We'll probably have it on in the background. We put it on, and I was like, why are we watching this? This stinks. Nobody plays.
Oh, come on, man. You're a very successful sports radio morning host. You have to watch the game.
Yeah, we broke it down, man.
But you do go through, because here's what I do. If I don't, typically on a game like this, especially on a Saturday at 7 o'clock, if I miss the beginning of the game,
I'll go back.
I'm very good at, and in a preseason game, it doesn't matter, but I'm very good at going back and watching from the beginning. Because once you cut through all the commercials, because I have a DVR, so I still have cable.
Nice.
So you can catch up. If you start watching in the second quarter, you can catch up by halftime. Like at the end of halftime, you can pretty much start watching the game live in the third quarter.
Yeah.
That's what I did last week.
That's what I used to do. So when I did pregame shows for the Fanatic, I did it for 3 straight years. I excommunicated from everybody. I didn't look at my phone. I didn't look at anything. And I would catch up come the second half. I would just watch it live the second half of the game. But I didn't check Twitter or anything. But preseason football, it's not the same, guys.
I'm a football guy, though.
I know you are. I thought I was a football guy, but clearly I don't reach your status. I mean, you're breaking down all 90 guys on the roster.
Me and the cuz. Like, I was in the meat locker once upon a time.
Pump your ass!
I said it just so you could play it. Anytime I mention the cuz, I know you're going to hit a drop.
Oh, man.
Oh, I love him so much.
Some great ones on there, man.
He's the best. All right, so we'll make sure when we hit him all. Because with Mike, it was the same thing, and then that we can't hit the drops like we used to with him. But anyway, all right. So did you give me the read? Because listen, our Twitter polls are sponsored by Dr. Avedon Appel.
I can tell you all about it, man. He keeps our polls strong for 4 hours every single morning here on Marks and Salciunas. The polls are strong because of Dr. Avedon Appel.
All right,
they're stood up, dude.
And today's Twitter poll standing up is, do you think it is ridiculous to assign wins and losses to joint practice? And first place is yes at 80% to no at 20%.
Well, you know what? The no fun police is out. Like, get over yourself and stop being so serious.
Yeah, we got a couple of that on the YouTube chat this morning. I love you guys, but we're really breaking this down today.
So hang on. We're really not going to talk about, because the starters aren't playing in the preseason.
Right.
So we're really not going to talk about what our starting players did. Like, really? We're not going to do that? Like, give me a break. Obviously, the tongue is in cheek when we're talking about the wins or the losses.
Yeah.
Because there isn't a win or a loss, but there is a win or a loss.
Look, if Jalen Hurts, let's say Jalen Hurts had another day yesterday where he threw 3 or 4 interceptions, and they're all over the middle of the field, and Sal Powell's doing his second straight hit on ESPN going, yeah, another bad day for Jalen Hurts thrown over the middle of the field, you wouldn't be like, man, that's one of those things that we're gonna have to keep a close eye on. Like that would be a takeaway from practice.
And you know what? It should be a takeaway if he struggled again. The Patriots have a great scheme. They're a really good defensive team.
Yeah.
The Patriots were in the Super Bowl. They're a good team.
Right.
That's a really, really good team to be having a joint practice against.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, I'll talk about the good things too. Like, oh, Jalen Hurts threw the ball really well. Okay, awesome. I want to talk about Jalen Hurts having a good day throwing over the middle of the field. So it's not just leading with the negative and finding the things that were bad at practice. yesterday they had a good practice. I'm celebrating that. That's good to hear. It's a new offense too. You gotta hear that they're clicking.
And believe me, if he would have sucked yesterday, we would have been talking about it this morning. He didn't suck, and we'll talk to Zach coming up here in a second. And we talked about it. He said it was very good.
Yeah.
So I honestly, I love these joint practices, especially if they're not going to play during the preseason.
Well, it's the only thing that we can sort of take away from. It's literally the only thing we can take away from the Eagles training camp.
Otherwise, what's the story in the actual preseason game? The battle for quarterback number 2.
Right.
What the other wide receivers look like, because
who Vic is playing, because Jahad Campbell played last week, which I was surprised when I saw that he was playing.
Well, this is where I think that you do it. A quote unquote starter needs to play. If you're a team that isn't established and you really need to set the culture, yeah, put them out there and play like the Cardinals. But then you lose your first round draft pick to a high ankle sprain, so then you're like, well, geez,
right? Do we want to do this?
Do you want to do it? But like for certain players and certain teams, you should play some in the preseason. And Jahad Campbell needs to be out there playing. By the way, Jeremiah Trotta Jr. might get some snaps this year.
He might.
Every time he plays, you see that 54.
Yeah.
So him and there's no reason to think he can't get
just because Jahad Campbell's a first-round pick doesn't mean anything.
When Vic Fangio's putting guys out there, he's going to put the guys out there.
They paid Bryce Huff all that money, and he's just like, yeah, he's not going to play. He's not that good.
All right, Zach Berman joins us. He does such a great job with The Athletic as he is exiting stage left or stage right from where are you, Zach? Are you in Rhode Island like a lot of the other scribes? How you doing?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, I'm in Providence, Rhode Island, and can't wait to be in Philly in about 4 hours or about 5 hours.
Well, is Providence, Rhode Island not like the talk of the town?
No, I love Providence, but I love Philly even more.
Exactly, and he loves his family and his kids.
Damn right.
And his wife's probably like, Zach, get home. Help with the kids. All right. Do you do wins and L's for the practices? We're talking about it having fun, but would you agree that the Patriots probably got the better practice on Wednesday and the Eagles got the better yesterday?
Yes, I'm going to be honest. The way they practice is that they're on two different fields, like the Eagles offense versus Patriots defense, Patriots offense versus Eagles defense, right? And so on Wednesday, I watched the Patriots offense against the Eagles defense. Yesterday, I watched the Eagles offense, and so the fields I was watching, frankly, I think the Patriots got the better on both days. But overall in practice, yeah, I think. I think the Eagles showed some progress yesterday, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And it's probably I don't do wins and losses, but I think that Patriots might have gotten like a slight edge overall. It's hard to ascertain. I think the key is the quality reps that you get and how that affects you for the season.
All right, Zach, speaking of wins and losses, it feels like, according to all of the reporters, that Eli Stowers has been losing like every single day in training camp. What's your read on what Eli Stowers has done so far in camp?
Yeah, so my read on that is that was a pick that was probably made more for 27 and beyond.
Okay.
When you think about Dallas Goedert's contract, you think about the fact that Johnny Munn's here this year. I would agree Eli Stowers hasn't showcased some of those skills that you saw last year when he was the top tight end in the country at Vanderbilt. You would think in 7-on-7s and passing drills where maybe like the lack of size right now or the lack of blocking skills that doesn't affect you as much. He hasn't stood out in those settings. I think it's premature to be worried about it. If you thought he was going to have a big day one role, you should be worried about it. But he doesn't strike me as someone who they plan on having a big day one role.
Right. We were talking about this earlier. When the Eagles drafted Sheldon Brown and Lito Shepherd, they had Bobby Taylor and Troy Vincent there. So they didn't need anything really year one from them. And then they end up being the starter and very successful. With Goddard already here, it's okay if Stowers isn't necessarily impressing right out of the gate. And so, but I would say this, Mekhi Lemon feels like a different story. When you draft somebody in the first round and you would have an obvious need at wide receiver, you're hoping that Lemon's able to step in right from Jump Street. He was injured, but so far, where he returned the practice yesterday, where are the Eagles and where is Mekhi Lemon with them?
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. That Mekhi Lemon was expected or is expected to be a day one contributor. And frankly, you saw that on the first day of training camp when he was with the first team after missing the spring. He missed almost 3 weeks. He's back at practice now on a limited basis. I think the fact that he returned is key because after this preseason game, they're going to have 3 weeks of practice before week 1. I think that's enough to get him acclimated as long as that hamstring doesn't flare up. But the reality is this passing game needs Mekhi Lemon to be effective from my perspective. They haven't been dynamic enough throughout training camp without Devontae Smith and Mekhi Lemon, but these are 2 of their top 3 receivers. And I just think the chain-moving quality that those guys provide is going to be critical. So I haven't seen enough from Mekhi Lemon because he's only practiced for a few days. But you are correct in saying that he needs to be, an early contributor for the Eagles.
Now, we obviously have to ask you about Jalen Hurts' performance, but Dontavian Wicks has been impressing in practice from everything that I hear and when we talk to you guys. What are your impressions and what do you think of Wicks so far?
Yeah, I like what I see, especially the way he gets in and out of breaks. He's had issues in the past with drops. I haven't really seen that this year. Matter of fact, he's kind of gone up and gotten the ball a few times in those contested catches. The thing I'll say about Dontavian Wicks is if he's your upgrade over Jahan Dotson as your number 3 receiver, that's a good situation, right? If you're expecting him to replace Devontae Smith essentially as the number 2, with Devontae going to number 1, then I'd say hold the horses a bit, right? So I understand that it's not an apples for apples swap, but I think Dontavian Wicks within the role that he's playing can be really effective. I don't see Dontavian Wicks coming in as, like a 1,000-yard, 1,100-yard receiver the way Devontae Smith was as the number 2. But I don't necessarily think they need that from that role either.
Zach, before we talk about Jalen Hurts' performance in practice, how many reporters had their phone up to see if they could catch the embrace of Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown? Like, give me a number of phones that were pointed in that direction.
Yeah, I think those that missed it might be kicking themselves, myself included, right? I mean, I was doing some other things in that moment, talking to Cooper DeJean, and there was some other stuff going on around there. But yeah, clearly saw that, and that you heard Jordan Mailata say that's a great clip to get, and I do think it was good on AJ to do it. I'm sure AJ knew there were cameras there, and after the storyline that was created day 1. It made sense for AJ to do that on that field in front of the cameras.
All right, now let's talk about the performance of Jalen Hurts. It was not a good day 1 of joint practice from a lot of accounts. What was day 2 like for Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, day 2, the last impression was a strong one, and that he had a really good touchdown drive in a hurry-up red zone situation at the end of practice where he completed 3 or 4 passes. The one that was incomplete was in the back of the end zone. Hollywood Brown didn't get his feet down, but you saw him move the ball. You saw Jalen Hurts improvise. It was a really impressive situational drive for him. Overall, on the day, it was a little uneven, frankly. I mean, he threw 2 interceptions, and there were some sacks in there. Now there were touchdowns in a different red zone period to Dallas Goedert, to Dontavian Wicks. I don't overstate the interceptions right now. I think that the interceptions he's thrown, and he threw 5 in New England, and he's thrown more this summer than you typically see. They're more of the variety of, trying to get, of either the receiver doesn't make a play on the ball, maybe a ball's tipped. It's not like he's putting the ball in a bad spot. Cole Payton, not to throw him under the bus, but he's had some interceptions this summer where you're like, where are you going with the ball? Right. You don't necessarily see that with Jalen. So I think Jalen's had a good summer. I think he had a good week in New England. I just think that you're not seeing the consistency with the passing game. But when you don't have 2 of your top 3 receivers, I think that's understandable.
Zach Berman, The Athletic, live from Providence, Rhode Island. You get a hard out, so you got to come back. So the one thing from the game that I'm definitely looking forward to is the quarterback battle. Who's going to be number 2? We've talked to a couple reporters now that have said they think Andy Dalton gets traded and Tanner McKee's the number 2 quarterback. How do you think it plays out?
Yeah, that's still what I think, just because I think this time of year, if you're looking to move on from one of them, Andy Dalton has more value to a team this time of year. I think Tanner McKee, the value you get from him is in March and April as a young quarterback who you can kind of develop within the offense. Andy Dalton's strength is that he started 160, 170 games in the NFL, and that he can pick up an offense quickly, has experience in a lot of different offenses. So I think if you're going to trade one, I imagine Andy Dalton has more value to a backup needy team. There's been an organizational investment and interest in Tanner McKee over the past few years, but I got to be honest with you guys. I'm surprised by the way they've handled this over the past few months. I think it's been counterproductive for Tanner McKee. I don't think it's really been productive for either quarterback this summer. So I'm curious to see how it plays out over the next 2 weeks. But I don't think that whatever the plan was at backup quarterback, I don't think it's brought out the best from both those guys.
Yeah, and you know what, Zach? It's a really good insight. We're going to talk about it coming up here in a second. Really good insight. I agree with you, by the way. I don't think they've handled it well at all. But Zach Berman coming home. He's a number of books. He's a noted author.
Damn right he is.
Salciunas. If you want to read about one of the Super Bowls, just check it out. Go to Amazon, wherever you get your books. Zach has books. He does a little bit juggles in his spare time. He has his kids as well. So he's the pride of Germantown Academy, Zach Berman. Zach, thanks for a couple minutes, buddy.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
There he is, Zach Berman.
So I was looking it up, like just teams that might need a quarterback. Because look, if they're going to trade Andy Dalton, they're going to trade him to a team that needs it. The Chicago Bears, their backup quarterback Tyson Bagent is currently out with a hamstring injury. So I go, all right, that's a team that makes sense. Do you know who their third-string quarterback is?
Former Eagle?
No, but big moment with the Eagles.
Oh, is it the former Minnesota quarterback?
Yes, Case Keenum.
Case Keenum. Yeah, I did see that.
Dude, I had no idea that man was still in the NFL.
Is he 47?
He's 38 years old. He'll be 39 in February.
I don't know where I saw it.
So he wouldn't go there because you already have the old veteran guy.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he can play. Keenum may be the guy that is Caleb Williams' kind of quarterback coach.
Sure.
And he's the third quarterback, and he's there not to play. He's there to help out with things. So if you need a guy that can play.
Andy Dalton can still play.
Well, so here's what I'll say, and it's a really, really good point by Zach, and I agree 100%. But why did you get Andy Dalton with McKee here? And here's what I think. I think they thought they were going to get a third-round draft pick for Tanner McKee, so they brought Andy Dalton in anticipating that. And when there wasn't a market for McKee, because the year before, Tim McManus had said he had heard they got third-round draft pick offers.
Because he was impressive against the Giants.
And he was bad. He was bad in the last game last year.
Yeah, he was really bad. Like, we can debate all we want, should they have played the starters or not, but if Tanner McKee was okay,
he wasn't good
against the Commanders. He beats Josh Johnson, and they're the 2 seed in the NFC.
He wasn't good, and it's the final year of a contract, so there's no value in. Well, he can be our backup this year and next year. He's a free agent, and then you have to make a decision. So he doesn't have a lot of value because a team that's trading for a quarterback right now isn't looking at a quasi project. They need a guy that can come in and be a backup.
Yeah.
And who would you rather have for this season as a backup? I'd rather have Andy Dalton, which leads me to say, man, F a 6th-round draft pick. I want a guy that gives me a better chance to win if you need him to come in, and that's Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I mean the guy he did it last year with Carolina. He stepped in and won a couple of games. I mean he's a guy that you can ask for 2 weeks to play for. I don't want him to play 8 weeks. He's not going to be Nick Foles giving you a Super Bowl run, but give me a week or two of Andy Dalton when Jalen.
Or finishing a game.
Yeah, exactly. You know that you have a feeling of comfort there.
All right. Yeah, and I don't know. I can't imagine that they're comfortable again. Maybe they're comfortable with McKee. I'm more comfortable with Andy Dalton, and I'd rather have that than a 6th-round draft pick. I can't imagine Andy Dalton's getting you a 4th-round draft pick or anything like that.
Probably not. You know what? Another thought to all this. We keep on talking about how Jalen's learning a new offense. So is Tanner McKee. Andy Dalton's been a veteran who's played for probably 5 or 6 different offenses. He goes, all right, yeah, just tell me some of the things I need to do. I'll study it. I'll figure it out. Whereas Tanner McKee's like, oh, I got to learn another new offense too? He's been here. How many years has he been here now? 3 years?
This will be his 4th year.
So he's also had a new offensive coordinator for 4 straight years. We're not going to talk about it as much because he's not playing. But Andy Dalton could probably go, yeah, I've played for 12 different offensive coordinators. I can figure it out. Yeah, football. See, football guy. Just because I don't watch preseason football.
Howie loves those draft picks, though.
Yes, he does.
Loves to accumulate them. And they traded a lot. They've been trading a lot of those mid-round draft picks because they're acquiring players and things like that. And, good for the Eagles. But,
yeah, they had 17 cornerbacks last year that they made trades for.
Right. Yeah. And you may see that this year with
edge rushers.
Edge rusher, wide receiver. I really do think that the wide receiver group will figure itself out, but it may be a week-to-week thing.
Could be. Elijah
Moore may be a couple weeks where he plays well, and then he kind of goes cold, and then that's where somebody else makes a step up.
Yeah.
Darius Cooper, Brandon Lee Gowton's favorite player.
Dude, people love him. I mean, he's been having a great camp. It's amazing, right? Like nobody liked Jahan Dotson, right? Eagles fans, but he was okay. He would have been fine if there was a week where you were missing AJ or Devontae. All right, dude.
He's Hollywood Brown.
Right.
Maybe a little bit better.
Need you for a week or two. That's pretty much it. Now you're trying to figure out who that guy is. Unfortunately, for your number 2 receiver, not for your number 3.
Wicks, if Lemon can't be a somewhat major contributor this year, I'm not going crazy with 1,000 yards. If he can't get 500 yards, 600 yards, and maybe 50 catches, that's a problem.
Yeah, it depends on his hamstring.
Unless Wicks really steps up and has a dynamite.
Right.
You're relying on a lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
Which is, Darius Cooper could also be the next Eagles training camp warrior.
Could be.
Right? We've seen a lot of guys come along, and it's they're great in camp, and they're great but once the regular season games start, he's nowhere to be found.
Good news is there's a major factor they have offensively, and it's Dallas Goedert. Because this style of offense, tight ends are used a lot. And last year was the first time he was used probably correctly. He was too good if you look at his numbers over the years, he was too good to have the lack of production that he's had over the last couple of years. Last year was his best season.
Yeah. All right, well, coming up, we and this is going to be the final time we ever talk about A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. And it's a shorter segment, so if you're annoyed with the conversation, you will like this because we're going to officially put the wrapping paper and the bow on it.
We're never going to mention his name again?
No, but we're not going to talk about him and Jalen hating each other. I promise. This will never be discussed again by us.
Until they get on the schedule next year and it's Eagles-Patriots.
Until we do.
Next season or something like that.
Hi. Good to see you.
That's coming up. And, there's a Club Hurts. We talk about it all the time. I got a new club that was born from what happened yesterday. And this is a cooler club than that Club Hurts thing that's going on. That's coming up next. It's Marks and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, let's talk about the prediction markets. All right, baseball, full swing. We are under 40 games left until the postseason, so the Fightins still trying to get their way into the postseason. They have one of the wild card spots right now, but they got to keep on winning games, and they could start doing that tonight. They begin a series with St. Louis. And on Calci, there's no better place to do the prediction markets. Right now, tonight's game, 64% probability for the Fightins to take care of business. That means a $100 trade would pay out $149. That's a $49 profit. But if you're looking for some more juice, how about to win the NL, to get to the big dance? 9% chance. It continues to climb this week now that they've won 6 straight games. $100 would pay out over $1,000. Earlier this week, it was just at 4%. Now it's at 9%. And one more to take a look at. For Kyle Schwarber to finish the season with the most home runs in Major League Baseball, right now it's trading at 34%, down 10% from earlier in the week, 34%, but still the most. Yordan Alvarez at 25%, Matt Olson at 24%. That means a $100 trade would pay out $247, so a $147 profit if Kyle Schwarber does finish with the league lead in home runs. On Calci, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. So just download the Calci app and use code FANATIC to get $10 when you trade $10. Calci, K-A-L-S-H-I. Calci, trade on anything. You got to be 18 plus. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Calci products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see calci.com/regulatory.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Eagles win joint practice. I'm Sean Rodman. According to Bleeding Green Nation's Brandon Lee Gowton, the Eagles won day 2 up in Foxborough. The Eagles had a better showing on defense, although the offense had some inconsistencies according to multiple reports. Jokes aside, good news for the Eagles is Mekhi Lemon was seen on the field a little bit more yesterday. He was limited, but the Athletic Zach Berman, this is him just moments ago when he's talking about Lemon this training camp.
I haven't seen enough from Mekhi Lemon because he's only practiced for a few days. But you are correct in saying that he needs to be, an early contributor for the Eagles.
Now, Berman did say that some of it is due to injury for Lemon so far. Eagles will play the Patriots tomorrow night for the second preseason game. Phils are back in action tonight at home against the Cardinals. They currently sit in the second wild card spot. Jesus Luzardo scheduled to start for the Phils and Hunter Dobbins for the Cardinals. First pitch is at 6:40. And this update's brought to you by Audible. Audible makes traffic less of an annoyance and more of an opportunity for another chapter. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com. I'm Sean Rodman on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Marks and Salciunas are live on YouTube right now. Join the chat and give them your thoughts on today's topics. Here again is John and Andrew on 97.5 The Fanatic, YouTube, and the Fanatic app.
This hour is brought to you by the BetParks Online Casino and Sportsbook. Live bet sports on the BetParks app and play all your favorite casino games. There's always another way to win on the BetParks Online Casino and Sportsbook. Must be 21 plus in PA, New Jersey, or Maryland. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello.
Hi. Good to see you.
There you go.
Got the quicker trigger.
Hey,
We
had Sal.
We had a draw.
Hi. Good to see you.
We did like an old school draw with our pistols. 3 steps, turn, fire.
And I'm dead. You got me. All right, we're back. Marks and Salciunas. It happened yesterday after day 1 of practice. A.J. Brown had not talked to Jalen Hurts since the trade. Jalen kind of deferred from the question, but yesterday A.J., as Jalen Hurts is throwing balls on the practice field, came running up and dapped him, gave him not a hug, but
lower back tap.
I'd say a third of a hug.
Yeah.
And they had a nice little conversation. Lots of smiles.
Yeah, there were a couple of other Eagles teammates there standing around. You know what they were probably saying? In all honesty, they were probably saying, "Can you believe the stuff that people are saying about this?" Like they were probably joking around about it. Like, man, we really do have them by the you-know-what. Just think about a couple of years ago when Nick and Jalen did the golf cart ride with Big Dom, and there was thousands of pictures being and they just smiled. They probably thought it was so funny that we care this much.
Yeah.
They're probably annoyed by it. Like, oh
right,
my God.
So hang on a second. But A.J. Brown last year, is it much more than, do we make it out to be more than it actually is? Yes. I think that's clear. A.J. Brown also got demanded to be traded from the team, and he said he hadn't spoken to the quarterback since he got traded. Now, here's what I know now. That I had heard people, I had heard from some people inside that said, it's not a personal thing. It's just that AJ was really unhappy with being a wide receiver with this offense with Jalen Hurts. And we had talked about this multiple times that he looks at himself as a Hall of Fame wide receiver, and he was very unhappy with his production. He sees himself as being 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, and he had been reduced to a 1,000-yard receiver because this offense was so piss poor. And that's really maybe the crux of it.
That might be it. Like, honestly, that's it. Like, I want to be in Canton. I won my Super Bowl. I don't think I get it. There are people that go, then trade him to the Browns, and he can finish with 1,600 yards and win 4 games a year.
It's not the way it works. And
he didn't want that either. Right. He does want to succeed. Like, A.J. Brown does not care about whether or not his team is winning, and that's why 2 years ago, even when they won the Super Bowl, his reasoning was we need to work on our passing offense, not because of his statistics, but because he did not believe that they would be able to win a Super Bowl by just running the football. And look, come Super Bowl time, they weren't going to win that game if they were just running the football because the Chiefs did whatever they could to stop Saquon. So AJ's not wrong. I think it's coming from a good place. It's just the execution was horrible because everybody felt the same way last year. Oh, my God, this is leading toward a breakup.
Yep. Well, Devontae might have been unhappy with the offense, but he wasn't putting stuff out on social media.
Right.
This is the way that AJ processes things. You know what else he could have done? He could have came out and been saying stuff and been pissed.
Right.
And all that he did on social media was cryptic and deliberate. And it was typically after games. Remember, he didn't talk to the media after some games. He then, on a day off where they weren't there, that's when you would typically get whether the streamer or it would be on Instagram, wherever he was doing it.
Yeah.
Right, where putting the Bible verse out, using me, not using me, whatever the cryptic stuff was, he would get his message and point across, and then you could deny it if you wanted to.
Which a lot of people did.
But even he admitted after one of the times that he's got to be better, and he was emotional, and he didn't say, "Oh, that wasn't about anything. That was just me tweeting stuff." Even he admitted that it was.
This is his biggest issue. He's got to put this freaking thing.
But it's
down.
also, but then he doesn't you didn't hear anything from him after that.
Yeah.
This is it typically was the day after where he was frustrated in a game, and he would put something out there, and that was his way of dealing with it. Like the stupid book that he had on the sideline and all that, which everybody thought was cute. So here's one other conspiracy theory that I saw out there, and I had somebody DM me this morning.
Hassan Reddick's massage therapist?
No.
Oh, okay.
And Zach said it. Did AJ know the cameras were around? And again, calculated AJ Brown goes up and says, "Oh, everybody's filming this. Let me get them what they're looking for."
Yeah, it could have been. And look, at that again, I'll go back to the Jalen and Nick Sirianni golf cart ride. They never did it again after that. They never did it before then. They knew that all the reporters, there was a story that came out that they didn't like each other. Jeffrey Lurie had to sit them down and tell them to get their crap together. And then they take a picture with Big Dom in the big golf cart. So, yeah, maybe there was something to A.J. Brown going, all right, I know the cameras are rolling, so I'm going to go over there. But it probably needed to happen for everybody anyway, because those questions would not go away.
So even if it was calculated like, hey, I better go do it, I still think it's a genuine thing for him to go over there.
Sure.
Did he say to himself, all right, cameras are rolling, I'm going to go over and I'm going to go up and say hi to Jalen, and we're going to talk for a minute or two, and then I'm going to go? I mean, I don't think that it was as but then again, everything he's done has been calculated.
Yeah.
It has.
You're a dad. How many times have you said to your kids, all right, it's over and done with. Just move on. Like, it's over and done with. So maybe that was there. You mentioned closure.
I say that
like
to my wife more than I say that to my kids.
Like, maybe that was the moment where AJ's like, all right, dude, like, I'm not with the Eagles anymore. I'm with the Patriots.
It's the right thing to do. It closes the situation. To your point, that brings closure to a lot of people.
Exactly. And they're not going to be on the field Saturday. They'll be on the field, but they're not going to be playing Saturday. Like, that was their chance to just get this out of them.
Yep, it was. Which leads me, actually, so can we hear from Mailata? It was pretty funny. The camera's on Mailata, and Mailata sees what's going on. This is how it sounded. This is live on the practice field.
Gee, that's gonna be a good clip for you, right? Might be a trending clip right there. It's all love, man. It's all love.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's all love.
Yeah, because they weren't, you had said it to Berman, no one was rolling on it because no one was looking for it or expecting it. Mailata kind of tipped off the cameraman, who then went over and got the shot. That's how they got the shot. AJ almost snuck over there. So I don't think AJ knew the camera was running, honestly.
He knew all the reporters were staying there, though.
Right.
Everybody had this. There's a video. I was telling you about it before the show. There's a video that Jeff McClain posted of Mekhi Lemon running a route. And there was like 10 seconds of film before he ran the route, and a staffer on the Eagles dropped the football. And people thought it was Mekhi Lemon.
I saw the video.
And then people started ripping McClain, saying, you knew what you were doing by posting that video. I had to come to Jeff McClain's defense saying, guys, they're rolling all day because they're all trying to capture something that's going to go viral or whatever. Like, he didn't do some weird manipulation to make it look like Mekhi Lemon was dropping a pass.
He probably didn't even know people were reacting like that.
No, because
he's not looking at his mentions.
All the tweet said was Mekhi Lemon. It was like video, or Mekhi Lemon post. Then he probably posted somebody else. Then he probably posted somebody else. We are looking for everything.
All right, we got headlines coming up next, but give me a little, because there's a new club in town now. Because Club Hurts, frankly, is annoying. But what about Club AJ? Are we allowed to have Club AJ? He's not in the NFC. I'm a big AJ Brown fan. He brought closure to the situation by being very mature about it. Jalen did not have to go over. That was not his job to do. AJ did the right thing. He's not a diva. He went over. He did the right thing. He addressed the situation. Him and Jalen had a nice little chat. Can we start a Club AJ?
Did you ever see the movie Ted?
Yes.
You know the Daddy's Time, where the kid and the bear are in the
I don't
room?
remember it that well.
He was dancing by himself, rubbing his nipples.
I do remember that.
That could be your club. You're in there by yourself.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Nobody's joining you.
I'm comfortable
for
being
the
by
nipple
myself.
rubs.
Yeah, well,
it's just
Alec Boehm is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Alec Boehm might join
Is
you.
that an Alec Boehm thing? Is he doing the Ted?
Maybe that's what it is. But you can dance in the club by yourself there. I don't think many people are going to be joining you on that one, Johnny.
All right, coming up, morning headlines. And when Rodman does it, it's always crazy. The FCC, be warned. The worm, Sean Rodman, coming up next with morning headlines. And we have more after that. Don't go anywhere. It's Marks and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, let's talk about the Bagster because I need it. So we had a babysitter Thursday night. Wednesday night. My wife and I went out with her friend and her husband. It was a nice time. And right before the babysitter got there, I looked in Coop's playroom, and there was stuff everywhere. I'm like, oh, my God, we got to clean this up. And then, John, you understand, you're cleaning up the old toys, and you're going, my God, when's the last time you played with this thing? This thing's been here for like 3 or 4 years. Why do we still have it? And that's something that I could use the Bagster for. Now, if you have any home improvement projects that you're working on, maybe you're organizing the garage, the attic, remodeling the bathroom, or just trying to get rid of old toys that have not even been looked at for the last 3 years, it sounds like you need the perfect cleanup solution, and that is the Bagster. The Bagster is by far the most convenient and affordable way to help with your cleanup. The Bagster is just a great product. It's a 3-cubic yard dumpster to bag, sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, any of your local home improvement stores, and it's only $29.99. That's right, $29.99. And what you do is you put it together, put it outside, you start filling it up, and then whenever you're ready for it to be taken away, maybe you put it out there and you go, you know what, I still have room in that thing. I'm going to do some yard work. I'll throw some stuff in there. Or you know what, there is another project that I'm going to utilize this Bagster for. I'll continue to fill it up. But when you are done and you're saying, all right, it's filled up, no more room for this thing, I need to get rid of the Bagster, well, you call Waste Management, and they take care of it. They're there. No time limits, completely on demand. Go to thebagster.com. Find the store nearest you for more details. This is Andrew Salciunas telling you to clean it up with the Bagster. Dumpster in a bag.
This is not.
minus Johnny Marks for now. Maybe he's in the 4th floor stall, which is one of the most disgusting places in this universe. We have headlines coming up with Sean Rodman. Now, speaking of head, that's one way to say it.
Whoa there.
Do you have our 3 athletes for the new game we're going to try later on today?
I still have to print them out, but I do have them listed.
All right, so you know who they are?
Yes.
Ah, I'm looking forward to it.
Get prepared.
What's up, Johnny Mark?
Rodman.
Welcome back. How's the 4th floor stall treating you?
No, I actually was talking to Jim Antez.
Oh, I called him yesterday.
Yeah. I did conversation about our weekly segment with our buddy Shefty.
Oh, okay.
Which didn't go well week 1.
There's always week 2. Remember, the first 4 weeks of the season is a continuation of the preseason, John.
Yeah, unfortunately, I need to get better with the segment, is what I would say.
You got to throw the ball over the middle of the field better, man.
Jesus.
That's all.
All right, so let's get to the morning headlines. What do we got?
Today's headlines with Sean Rodman.
All right, today's headlines brought to you by Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people. If you need them, remember the name Lundy Law. Your injury lawyers, visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com. We're actually going to stick with a couple local stories right now. First up, let's go to Sewell, New Jersey, where a family got home from a wedding. They were gone for 3 days on a wedding in late July. Now they were bringing in their luggage. They brought it in. They were inside for about 3 minutes. And they left some luggage out onto the driveway that was containing of valuables worth $16,000 still in the driveway. And Jim Hegman spoke to 6ABC on who stole the luggage from them.
We unpacked the car. We dropped all of our luggage right there. And I checked the ring camera and I said, "You're not going to believe this." The Amazon driver from 2 doors down took all of our stuff, all of my wife's nice handbags, jewelry. They said we have enough evidence to prove our claim, but they can only offer us $2,469. Not very happy about that.
Only $2,649.
Yeah, meanwhile, Bezos wipes his ass with $2,600. You got to be able to pay back everything when. That's, first off, the reason why I got excited when you brought up Sewell. That's where I live. So I was like, I might know these people.
Do you?
No, I don't know that last name. But I was just thinking about this yesterday when I was walking around my neighborhood walking the dog. Everybody's got a Ring camera nowadays. You can't.
Everybody.
How are you stealing stuff off of doorsteps?
No, it's pretty crazy. You're dumb if you do. But even I watched the First 48. If you ever seen First 48, so anytime there's a homicide, they just go searching for Ring cameras.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a Ring camera, so they get footage 10 years ago. You don't get. So you're right. If you do anything,
what do you do? What? And even if the house, you can look at the house and be like, oh, they don't have one. You turn around, oh, that house does.
Well, sometimes people that know that it's there will come up and they will cup the camera as they walk up, so you can't see it.
Yeah,
I got cameras all over the place.
Yeah,
so.
But the person that had to walk up to cup the camera first is walking up the door. You still see them.
Well, no,
unless you're coming from the side.
Sometimes they'll put their arm over their face until they get to the camera and do it.
Yeah, and then there's this big blue truck that says Amazon on the side of it.
In that Today anchor, there was a Ring camera for that, wasn't there?
Yeah,
there
but the guy was wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how you do the $16,000 worth of luggage, and then they only pay back $2,000.
That's it seems like an arbitrary number.
Why wouldn't you bring the nicer things in first so that doesn't happen?
Well, because you're not thinking that an Amazon truck driver is driving up.
So hang on a second. How long was it out there?
He said 3 minutes in a different clip.
No way.
That's what he said.
3 minutes?
He's got the Ring camera to prove it.
But that would be that would almost sound like an inside job that they knew that they were going to be coming at that moment. Because then, it had the process in the head has to be look at these bags. Let me take them very quickly and get out of here with nobody seeing anything.
Oh, I'm watching the video. You know how some Amazon drivers don't have the truck?
Yeah, it's like
this
car.
This guy's in his car.
Ah.
But then again, his license plate will get picked up somewhere.
He's going to get wet.
They'll follow that car, and then they'll find a license plate somewhere.
But they'll be able to track who was making that delivery if they were delivering something at that time. It shouldn't be difficult to figure it out.
Oh, now hold on a second.
Was he working?
He was working. I watched the video of him coming up to the door. But here's the thing. When I think of bags are in the driveway, what's your first thought? Where do you think they're at?
In outside of a car or middle
top
of driveway?
They had him on the sidewalk. So the guy,
that's stupid.
For all I know, the guy's like, oh, they're putting out trash.
Right, but you should be able to track him if he just made a delivery. They know who he is.
Yeah.
He's going to get caught. Stupid. All right, what else you got, Robin?
All right, we have 2 updates in the Penn State cocaine scandal. First up, a quick one.
Pablo Pledge-Escobar.
Pablo Pledge-Escobar, their main form of communication was Snapchat. That's how they were using that. That's the quick update. Second update, he's not the only one being arrested in this. There's a father of one of the students, a different student, not Pablo Pledge-Escobar, that was arrested as well. His name's Paul Robinson. Apparently, his son gave him a safe that allegedly had cocaine and, I guess, cash in it as well. Now, he's being charged with obstruction to the investigation, taking steps to conceal evidence, and a couple other things as well. His lawyer is quoted in an article saying, "My client didn't know what was in the safe, and the allegation is he removed cocaine from the safe. He did not take cocaine and flush it down the toilet to protect his son."
Well, it's his lawyer. You know, he's a lawyer, too.
Yes.
The dad's a lawyer.
Yeah, so he's smart.
In Pittsburgh. Well, who knows if he really knew, but you know he's not smart. His son was using Venmo. So you talked about Snapchat. They were actually paying him via Venmo for cocaine.
Everything's freaking tracked. Yeah, how dumb? Like, I get it. Technology's kind of just like a thing now. Like, I'm nervous that my kid is going to grow up in the world of AI and it's just going to be normal for him.
Nobody has cash anymore, so...
Oh, I get it, but, like, it's all tracked. You could switch it to private. I don't know how often you use public. You could, or Venmo. You could do public, you can do private. Just because it's private for all your friends that can't see, that doesn't mean the Venmo people aren't seeing... Oh, cocaine sale.
But it's tracked. So once they know that he's on the radar, it was easy to find out. Because I think an informant said, this is the alias of the person, and I pay him by Venmo. And then they looked up the Venmo, and they're like, oh, well, this is the guy. And then they were able to track it quite easily.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
These kids are so stupid, man.
Yep, they sure are. All right, quickly, Robin.
All right, last up, let's head to the world of Akron. Akron famously is doing an offensive coordinator, or letting someone call plays as their offensive coordinator for the first drive. Yeah. And there is someone, I don't know if you'll recognize this name, that is one of the finalists, the 9 finalists.
Our second candidate is Mr. Daniel Katz. Dan Katz is better known as Big Cat from Barstool Sports. And just to reiterate, the School of Accounting drew this name.
Now, he purchased, I guess right before this started, 8 season tickets, and Coach Cat actually bought 18 from Akron. So
yeah, because do you know this story, John?
No.
What Akron's doing, believe it or not, Akron's not selling out their season tickets. So what they're doing is, one lucky season ticket winner will be able to put together the first drive of the season. Akron's playing like some School of the Blind, and they'll be able to score.
Yeah, call plays.
And so a season ticket holder is going to be that person. So Big Cat bought 8 different season tickets to give himself 8 chances to try to be. And I would imagine there's like 50. Oh, he's one of the candidates.
Gotcha. All right, morning headlines coming up. Why did I call 911 at 3:26 this morning?
What?
I did.
You didn't even tell me.
I've been waiting for this.
I can't wait.
This is a natural tease.
It's a good tease.
I called 911 and spoke. This wasn't a mistake. And spoke to a 911 dispatcher at 3:26 this morning. What was that about? Also, a former Eagles player is going back to college to play football. Wait till you hear this. Marks and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Joint practice is officially over. I'm Sean Rodman. The Eagles had a better showing on defense, according to reports yesterday. The offense had some ups and downs, according to various reports as well. Jordan Mailata spoke after practice on the offensive line's performance.
It was good, but we have a chance to do something special. But in order to do that, we can't have days like the last 2 days up front. It always starts up front, and we've had multiple false starts.
Eagles are off today and have Week 2 preseason matchup on Saturday against the Patriots. Phils are 5 games back of the Braves in the division and have a 2-game lead over the Padres in that second wild card spot. They do host the Cardinals this weekend, with Jesus Luzardo scheduled to get the start for the Phils tonight, and Hunter Dobbins for the Cardinals. First pitch is at 6:40. I'm Sean Rodman on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
YouTube channel and the Fanatic app.
Oh, yeah, we're back. Mark Salciunas, happy Friday. It's not a Yacht Rock Friday. Andrew did not get the memo.
I dressed for the part, though.
Maybe I did. No, I know you did.
I did it for our midday friends.
Well, but see, they've quit on the Yacht Rock stuff.
Oh, they're done altogether?
Sean hasn't worn Yacht Rock stuff, I don't think, at all. Ray was playing along a little bit. Generally, it was me and Petrilli.
Right.
I don't think Sean has a lot of I'm sure Connor will, because that's kind of Connor.
Well, he just wears the Phillies shirt over and over and over.
But they didn't play last night.
By the way, speaking of Sean, he will be in by 9 o'clock for this game that we're going to start playing in the 9 o'clock hour.
So what is it?
We're going to play Philly athlete headbands. In case people don't know the game headbands, it's where you put something on your head and you don't know what's on your forehead and you have to ask questions. Is it this? It's kind of like 20 questions, but you're trying to figure out what's on your forehead. I will have a player on my forehead. You will have a player on your forehead. Sean Brace will be joining us because normally people are asking, is Amy in today? Amy's on vacation. She will be in studio with us next Friday. So to sit in for Amy for this game this week, because we might do this on a weekly basis, Sean will be in with us. And so Sean's going to play Sean Brace. I also owe him a six-pack of beer because I lost a bet.
And we'll discuss that coming up when he joins us. You know, you call it headbands. There was a very popular game called Heads Up.
Heads Up.
Are you aware of Heads Up?
That was on the phone, right?
On the iPhone.
Yeah.
Same thing where it's like the $25,000 pyramid of my era where you have to describe it without using the word.
Right.
And then when you get it, you flip the phone down or you flip it the other way if you skip it.
Yes. No, I remember that game. That was actually a fun game.
It was a really fun game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be something similar to that?
Yeah, so I don't know. We don't know the players. Sean picked 3 random players. So, my first question might be, all right, is it an Eagle? And if he says no, it's like, all right, now.
Next question.
Right. And then, but we go around the room.
Okay.
And whoever gets theirs first wins.
Okay. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great idea.
And because we're live on YouTube, part of the reasoning why I thought of it, you guys can watch us play, and then we can post it afterward, which means our digital content bonuses can be hit.
There you go.
Happy bonus day.
There you go. All right. All right. So we also have our poll of the day, which is brought to you by. Why do I not have the sponsorship for the poll of the day? Am I missing this, Rodman?
I thought you did because I have it here.
It's all right. I can tell you. It's brought to us by Dr. Dunne and the team at Iron Mountain Men's Health. I have 2 in my packet here.
Thanks a lot, Rodman.
I don't know why I have 2.
Were you getting down with the furries last night? Is that why you were off your game a little bit today?
No comment. I'm not gonna disclose what goes on.
No, hot dog.
As always, our Twitter poll is standing strong with support from Dr. Avedon Appel and Iron Mountain Men's Health. There you go. So based on the joint practices, all the no fun people out there, when anybody talks about the wins or the losses, they get annoyed.
Yes.
So what was the question there, Worm?
Question is, do you think it is ridiculous to assign wins and losses to joint practice? In first place still and a little bit higher now at 87%.
Oh, yes. So here's my follow-up to it. Are we allowed to talk about it? Are we allowed to discuss it? Are we allowed to discuss Jalen Hurts' performance? Are we allowed to discuss that the defensive backfield was getting roasted a little bit the last 2 days? Are we not allowed to discuss any of it because it's only a practice? Right? I get it. Like when we talk about
it's the no fun police.
There it is. When we talk about the wins and losses, that's tongue-in-cheek, just trying to have fun. Zach Berman says he doesn't do wins or losses, but when he accumulated the 2 days of practice, he said that the Patriots probably got a little bit better of the Eagles.
Yeah.
So it was a dominant performance, a dominant win on Wednesday, and then yesterday the Eagles won, but it was only a slight win. So the Eagles won yesterday probably like 24-20.
Yeah.
But the Patriots
Did they
won.
cover? What was the line on
the Patriots are favored.
That's nice.
But the Patriots won by double digits on Wednesday. Like probably 30-19.
Yeah, look, we're not doing the aggregate. Or what's the soccer? What is that? Is it aggregate?
Yeah, aggregate.
Yeah, we're not doing the aggregate scoring. We're doing football. They won.
Wins and losses matter.
Yeah, they lost game 1. They won game 2. It's funny how upset people get about stuff like this. But ultimately, I want to know, are they playing well? The big thing is, it's a whole new offense again. And no, what the offense looked on August 20th against the Patriots in practice and August 19th against the Patriots in practice does not mean how it's going to look in week 6 of the regular season. But let's say week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, it's kind of like 2024, where they went 2-2, defense was playing really well, and you're going, man, this offense is a little shaky. What did they have to do? They had to rip up their offense and then go to the run-first approach week 6, and we know what happened after that, and they went to the Super Bowl. If they don't look good offensively, let's say Jalen throws an interception week 1 over the middle of the field, are you going to say, man, I shouldn't have ignored everything that was being said during the summer?
Listen, it's the only thing we have to react to, so just leave us alone. There's no preseason game that the starters are playing in. It's the only thing I have. Leave me alone. Shut up. All right? I enjoy it. All right, so I called 911. And I'll show you.
Should I play the theme again? Yeah, you really did.
3:26 this morning. All right. So I was like not even a half a mile away from my house. So I'm making a left-hand turn. And at the time, because it rained last night, I was still like kind of fogged up and it was wet. The condensation. So I didn't. It wasn't like when I got on the highway after a while where everything was crystal clear. And it's still dark out. So I'm taking a left, and some person comes out in the middle of the street and is like yelling at me. I don't know what they said. I didn't stick around to figure it out. And it's like literally like yelling at me, and it was off. It didn't feel like, hey, help me, something's going on. It felt like crazy person.
Like the guy wearing the Chucky mask the other day in the city.
Which we have a follow-up to that story as well coming up. But it just felt like, hey, because if there was like somebody had broken down or whatever, maybe it would have been a different story. This person was yelling at me, and it felt like someone that was maybe mentally unstable. So I was like,
that's a gun it. Yeah.
So I called 911, and I just reported it. I said it was at the intersection of this and this. The person came out in the middle of the street, and I could have hit him. I had to go around them. Oh my God. And kind of whatever. So I got a description, which I gave, and I'm like, yeah, like, you're right down the street from the police station. It's not going to be hard to find this person. So I gave my phone number or whatever. So shortly after I got here, the police officer actually called me.
Okay.
And said, so tell me what happened. He's in custody. But
they got him.
And like, yeah, he's up to no good. Because then he had said that they're building some new houses down the street. And there was stuff being stolen from the site, and he said that the guy's shoes were all muddy. It didn't seem to me that he was out, because if you're out stealing stuff, why are you getting in the middle of the street, like trying to get me to pull over unless you're going to rob me? I don't know. Maybe he's going to rob me.
Maybe he might try to take your car.
So anyway, he just said, yeah, like this was done down at the construction site, and there was a U-Haul truck, and it was like I don't even know what he was talking about at that point. He's like, well, we appreciate you calling. We got him.
Johnny Narks.
So I don't know if he was charged with anything, because I don't know if they can connect him stealing. I doubt he said, yeah, I stole stuff from him.
And I doubt there's ring cameras on the houses that are actively being built right
there's
now.
not.
No, that's crazy, though.
Yes.
And look, driving into work at 4 o'clock in the morning is great because there's nobody on the roads. But when you see something, you're immediately going, what happened? Like, this isn't good. The amount of times I've seen cars, I drive on Route 55, so people in Jersey that know that, like, there's trees in the middle. You can't see the other, the southbound. And I'll see a car in the trees
that just went off
once a month. And I will call 911 and say, hey, there is a car in the trees. And I don't know if it had been there and they already got the person out of it. Or sorry to get vulgar here, I think I saw a dead guy one of the first months doing the show because his head was on the steering wheel. Dude, it's nuts.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude, like it's like at 4 in the morning when you're one of the only cars out there, you see when something's going on.
Well, also, there's a lot of drunk people that are still out there driving around, which I know from working mornings before.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But anyway, did you ever watch the show Rescue 911?
I did not, no.
That's what I was saying earlier with the generation gap between the two of us.
Yeah, you're a great bad TV guy, even though you wouldn't call it bad television.
No, it's bad TV.
But you're a great bad TV guy.
And that's bad TV.
You're not watching the critically acclaimed.
I have no interest. I have no. When I see people put out like, "What gives me another show I can watch?" I'm gonna binge it on. I have very little interest in watching things on Netflix believe me, I have a terrible life. I'm not fun at all. I don't watch anything as far as like all these movies that are on the streaming services and Amazon Prime and Hulu and Netflix. I don't have a lot of interest. I watch episodes of Cops on my phone when I do the dishes. I watch sports. I watch Border Patrol from Australia.
Not Paw Patrol.
No, we don't watch Paw Patrol anymore. The kids aren't interested. However, I am going to go see Paw Patrol today with my daughter because there's a movie out.
Yeah, Sean saw it.
He did, and I'm going today.
My wife and Coop saw it.
I'm going today.
I missed out.
But anyway,
damn.
Rescue 911 it wasn't like Cops is one of the first reality shows because there's cameras and they're following the police officers around and they're with them and you see what happens. Rescue 911 was hosted by William Shatner.
Okay.
And it was just reenactments of the 911 call. And then they would do the reenactment with the actors, and then afterwards, then you would meet the people that were involved in the 911 call, and you would have the kid
Wait, what is the show
that fell
called?
down the steps and broke their Rescue 911. And then you would have the kid playing on the playground that the 911 called. She called 911 when she was 2 because dad had a heart attack, and she saved a life. And then at the end of where they do the reenactment, that's when the kid's sliding down the slide, and it's like, she saved my life.
All right, how many shows like that has he done? Because
Shatner?
Dude, no. Because I saw Weird or What is a show where it's the same exact thing. Dude, he has done 5 of these shows where they reenact things.
I don't know the other ones. This is a 90s show, and if it's something that happened in the 80s or the 90s, there's a pretty good chance I know about it.
I watched
very
this
intimately.
One. It was on, I think it was on Netflix, The Unexplained. He's done so many shows like this where he walks into the room and he sits down.
He's great at it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just didn't watch that specific one.
Yeah,
That's
well, this was bad 90s. If you watch it today, you would say, all right, this is pretty bad.
But The Unexplained was 2020. Like, that was
so it's just a newer version.
Yeah.
Well, if I was going to do something like that, you would think about doing him. He's well known. He's good at it, even though he's old as hell by now.
He looks good, though. There was a photo of him.
Yeah.
He looked good.
All natural.
Yeah.
No plastic surgery.
He's 95 years old.
He's
bro.
95?
95.
So he did that in his late 80s.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's 95 years old. And he's still touring? I don't know what he does.
These guys, if you have a lot of money, typically you don't die at a young age unless you're a drug addict.
You can go see him in Chicago, September 19th, 10 p.m. show, $85 tickets.
I'm out.
What does he talk about? His life? Or is he
probably? But think about it. If you were going to go see that, you must be. If Shatner came up there and barely could speak, you probably just want to see Shatner, and then maybe you pay extra to get a picture with him backstage.
You watch Star Trek, and then he does post Star Trek Q&As. Chevy Chase did that, and everybody hated him.
Yeah, Chevy Chase not a good guy.
Yeah.
There you go. That's Bill Shatner. All right, here's the so everything's okay. Apparently, I got some text. My buddy John said thank you for being a part of Neighborhood Watch.
That's good.
Well, I did the right thing. I've called 911 on 76 before. It's actually right around the City Avenue exit. I called 911 because there was a guy that was in the lanes of traffic going eastbound or going westbound. It was 6 o'clock at night, just out there like walking around,
hanging out.
And then so people were stopping there for they're going to hit him.
Yeah,
he was in the middle of the lanes. He must have been having some type of a mental health issue, or he was on drugs. So I called 911, and the 911 operator immediately, when I said I'm on 76, said, "You got to talk to the state police," and then transfer me, and then hung up. So I didn't even get a chance to say, "Hey, there's a guy on 76 right now that might get hit by a car because it's still rush hour traffic." So I didn't call back because once they hung up on me, I'm like, sorry, I tried.
First time, long time.
I did my civic duty of trying to be a good human.
YouTube likes the nickname Johnny Narcs.
Hey, listen, I there's nothing wrong with. I could be a narc. I could be an informant.
Have you ever been called that before?
No.
Oh, wow.
Hold on, you're calling me a narc because I called 911 to report obviously somebody that was off.
That guy was just having a good time, man.
But here's the other thing I was worried about. Maybe they did need help.
Right. No, you're right.
It didn't seem like that. But I was like, all right, well, maybe something happened. Maybe there was a domestic issue and they were running away from the house.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure. No, you did.
At 3:26 in the morning, it's not normal for somebody to run in the street and be yelling at you and try to get.
Yeah, something's wrong with that individual.
All right, so check this out. Did you know that the whole college system is totally whacked for athletics? Right?
Oh yeah, basketball is a mess. You got guys playing in the G League and then they're going back into the NBA.
Yeah,
or college.
It sucks it sucks because if you're a free agent after every year, it makes it really difficult for a coach. Guys can be like, well, I heard Nick Saban talk about this when he retired. He said guys were they lost in whatever bowl game or it was a college playoff, and they weren't even like they were still in the locker room after the game, and guys were coming up to him and saying like, hey, how much am I going to play next year?
Right.
And it's like, hang on, like what? I'm still trying to process. We're eliminated, and guys were like, listen, I'm going to have offers. So
am I a starter?
How much am I getting paid?
Yeah.
Right. Which is, I want them to be paid because they really are professional. They're professional athletes, especially now. But there needs to be some type of regulations. It's the wild, wild west.
Yeah, and there was the guy, it's hard to say his last name. He was playing for Tennessee. He was the quarterback for Tennessee, and then he went to UCLA. But he left during spring workouts. So you can't just bounce during spring workouts when your team's doing installs of offenses, and then you go, you know what? In a couple months, I want to play there instead.
Yeah, it sucks.
You got to have regulations.
But also, like, during bowl season or during bowl season, but during the college playoff, guys are leaving the team because the transfer portal is happening now and they need to do it.
Yeah.
They need to clean up so many things, and a lot of them are common sense.
But you know what? It starts with coaches, too.
It does.
Because Lane Kiffin, they're in the college football playoff. Ole Miss.
And that was a scumbag move, too.
It was.
But you have to do it, I guess.
Matt Rule left Temple. I still remember. I went to that game in Annapolis against Wake Forest, and he left it. I was pissed off.
The right thing to do would have been for Lane to say, listen, Wink, I'm interested.
Yeah.
I want to finish coaching the team. I owe it to my players. And that's why I don't like it, because it's really crappy.
Yeah, it is.
The kids don't deserve that. But anyway, so you're now allowed to play 5 years. You have 5 years of eligibility. I don't know if it's in basketball. It's definitely in college football, right?
Dude, you could do more than 5. There's that guy in Miami. He was the tight end. He played 8 years.
Right. So you can get more, but officially you can do 5 years, right? Yeah. But the new rule said, but it's not for players that started in 2022. So you're not grandfathered in. So it's everybody going forward. But if first year was 2022, you don't get the 5 years. Well, they sued the NCAA and they won.
Yeah.
So a former Eagles player, now you've never heard of him because I didn't, Daquan Wright.
I bet you if I texted Andrew DeCecco, he'd tell me what his 40 time was.
Yeah, he was a corner and went to Fresno State.
Yeah.
Text him and see if he knows.
I will.
Daquan Wright was a tight end undrafted out of, ironically, Ole Miss.
Oh, how about that?
Played for Lane. So he didn't get drafted, signed with the Eagles, like a lot of college players do. Just because you sign doesn't mean you're going to even make the training camp. So he got cut, but he's in camp with Cleveland. So this lawsuit goes through, and they win. So he is now granted that 5th year of eligibility, officially, immediately in the transfer portal. So he's on an NFL roster right now and in the transfer portal at the same time.
That can't happen.
But he wouldn't have been on a roster. He was ineligible to play, and the minute he was able to play, he's probably going to get, $25,000? Because this dude's most likely not making the team, and who knows if he's even a practice squad player. So at least now he knows I can go back to college. Maybe he makes $25,000 or something.
Yeah.
And then maybe teams look at him and say, wow, we really do like this guy. Maybe the Eagles that signed him in training camp, now they're watching him and saying, wow, what an improvement in year number 5.
Yeah, well, at least this kid's 22. This isn't.
Agree.
All right, this was 22. There's guys that are 25, 26 years old that are like, I got one more year of eligibility. Again, it's weird. Like Carson Beck. Carson Beck's like a grown man. What was he doing still in college? Because he knew he was going to make more money in college. Because he knows that Diego Pavia guy
made a lot of money.
He already got cut from Baltimore. They weren't going to keep him. He was going to stay in college as long as he could.
The kid at Texas Tech, with the Sorsby.
Yeah,
he's making millions of dollars.
Yeah, and then he was putting it on his team to win.
Right, but also look at Arch Manning. Arch Manning these first-round draft picks make a lot of money, but if you're making $5 million or so, because he's making those guys are making a lot more money because of endorsements.
Oh, he's doing Warby Parker, those glasses commercials. He's on every commercial break.
For every guy that does that, there may be 10 that get money from the car dealer that now you're doing commercials for the car dealer. Now it's legal.
Yeah.
Like in Alabama, if you go to Alabama and you're a starter, but you're not well known, you can make money because you're a player on Alabama. But it actually, Arch Manning says, well, and Arch Manning, but you don't have to go to the pros because, hey, if I can make $4 million this year because I'm a good college football player. Rocco Beck, I don't know how much he made, and I'm friends with Rocco's uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He doesn't know how much money he made, and I wouldn't ask him. Rocco Beck got paid to leave Iowa State and to come to Penn State.
To go to Penn State.
Hell yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So that's good. They need some kind of regulations.
And
It's
by the way,
crazy right now.
even if you're like Arch Manning, I don't know if he's the guaranteed number 1 overall pick, but Arch Manning's going to get drafted next year or the year after. It doesn't matter when Arch Manning goes to the NFL draft. He's going to be drafted by an NFL team. And so he might say, all right, I might as well make all this money in college. Or even if you are Arch Manning, you go, I can work on my craft a little bit more, one more year in college.
Yeah,
I'm not
he
going
needs to stay.
I'm not going to get destroyed here because, I got the biggest offensive lineman in the world. I go to the NFL, I might get killed. He could stay one more year for his own well-being for football, but he's also going to make a ton of money. There's no reason for him to leave.
He doesn't have to go to the Jets. You watch. Depending on who's going to draft him, they're also going to leverage it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to say, oh, yeah, you got the first overall pick? We don't want to go there. Well, we're going to draft you. I'm going to go back to college.
Well, Caleb Williams almost didn't go into the draft.
Well,
because he knew Chicago was
his dad tried to lean on the we're not going there.
Yes.
And it made him look bad. It ended up working out really well.
For both he and the Bears.
Hell yeah. No, Caleb Williams had a really good year last year, especially late. Dude's got something. I was not a fan.
Also helps that he has Ben Johnson, he might be a genius.
No, Ben Johnson's
a genius. Yeah.
You know what I'm betting on this year? Not to win the Super Bowl. I'm betting Bears wins over. Bears are going to win this year. Ben Johnson's legit. That quarterback's legit.
That division, though, man.
It's good.
Because the Lions, think about it. The Lions didn't make the playoffs last year. They'll bounce back.
Lions are talented. Minnesota with Kyler Murray is a different team. We'll can actually play.
Yeah.
No, I don't know even if they're a playoff team, but they're not J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy was a disaster.
And the Packers are a bona fide playoff team.
Absolutely.
That's a great
That could be a 3-playoff division, or you have the NFC West. Seahawks, Rams, Niners. You have 2 divisions in the NFC that could legitimately have 3 playoff teams. You can't have that many,
and to that point, does that make the NFC East a 1 playoff team division?
Is it a must-win division?
Can't lose that one.
610-632-0975.
Oh, so look at this. Well, I haven't talked to this guy in a long time. He was quasi-banned, and he hasn't even texted me.
Wow.
Herb from Northeast Philly is going to make his debut on Marks and Salciunas. How is Herb doing? We'll find out, and we're going to talk about the Phillies. Was Andrew Salciunas on to something when he said that the cornfields of the Field of Dream games couldn't have saved the Phillies season? Because a noted Phillies insider happens to agree with Mr. Salciunas.
I love that.
That's coming up next. It is Marks and Salciunas, 97.5.
All right, well, we were just talking football. There could be 3 teams in the NFC West, 3 teams in a couple of divisions, NFC North, that could make the playoffs before the season even kicks off. Well, we're all making our predictions. Who wins the division? Who makes the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at the end of the season? Well, on Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. So a couple that I took a look at this morning. For the Birds to win the NFC East, which I believe that they will, even though I've been saying for a couple weeks now, I think it's going to be close, and I don't like that there's not much drama in Dallas's training camps other than the brawls that keep on happening with New Orleans. But for the Birds to win the division, a $100 trade would pay out $234. But maybe you want to go a step further. We talk about how deep some of these divisions are. That means they might beat each other up. Are the team in L.A. going to win 15 games when they have to play the team in San Francisco and the team in Seattle? Maybe not. Do you think the Birds could have the best record in the NFC? Could they have the 1 seed? A $100 trade would pay out $940. Take a look at that. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position, trade the draft pick, the game, and more on Kalshi. Just download the Kalshi app and use code FANATIC to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi, K-A-L-S-H-I, Kalshi, trade on anything. You got to be 18 plus. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Eagles 1-1 in joint practices. I'm Sean Rodman, and according to Bleeding Green Nation's Brandon Lee Gouton, the Eagles won day 2 of the joint practices. The Eagles had a good showing on defense, although the offense had some inconsistencies according to some reports. Good news, though, for the Eagles is Mekhi Lemon was seen on the practice field a little bit more than the previous day as he's ramping back up. The Athletic Zach Berman joined the show earlier today, and this is him on what he has seen from Lemon so far in training camp.
I hadn't seen enough from Mekhi Lemon because he's only practiced for a few days, but you are correct in saying that he needs to be, an early contributor for the Eagles.
An early contributor as he's getting back from his injury. We'll see if he can ramp up this weekend as well and see if he plays tomorrow. The Eagles, they play the Patriots tomorrow in their second preseason game. The Phillies are back in action tonight at home against the Cardinals. They're currently sitting in the second wild card spot. Jesus Luzardo scheduled to start for the Phils and Hunter Dobbins for the Cardinals. First pitch is at 6:40. And this update is brought to you by Verizon Business. Verizon Business experts love small businesses, so they come directly to you on your schedule with real expertise tailored to your needs. Make an appointment with a Verizon Business expert. Go to Verizon.com/book today. I'm Sean Rodman on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
given the ultimatum to not call me anymore, but then he would still do it. But I just said, but he was wishy-washy about it. Herb from Northeast Philly.
I can only imagine who the ultimatums came from.
Yeah, Spike. Like, listen, I found Herb, I developed Herb, I made him a star, and then all of a sudden,
player.
And then all of a sudden, now everybody wants Herb, and it's like, all right, you know what? Like, fine, like I don't need you. Go ahead, like go do what you want to do. All right, so like I thought as a part of the divorce, like with the midday show,
yes,
it was amicable, and like with Herb, I just thought it made more sense that with the divorce, I got Herb, and I wasn't looking for exclusive relationship with Herb.
Yeah.
But he should be able to call. I don't need him to call every show on every station. But, like
there was a day he called us in the morning, and I felt weird even going to him.
Yeah, no, Herb can call everybody. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Everybody handles Herb differently. That's true. So, anyway, before we do that, Phil's off night last night. How about this, Salciunas? 70-58 now. 5 games back. We're not going to do it right now, but I have the wins, and we'll do this in the 9 o'clock hour. I have the wins and losses for all the games for the Braves and the Phillies going forward. Can they catch them? Not that I really care. I like where the Phillies are right now. Yesterday they made a signing. How about Nestor Cortez?
Yeah, nasty Nestor.
Former Yankee. They signed. Maybe his rotation depth and a different look out of the bullpen. Because he's not a hard thrower.
No, he's not. I hate watching him pitch. I can't stand him. Because in case people don't know who Nestor Cortez is, he was like he would do the Johnny Cueto stuff where he would start shimmying his body around. He would do the quick pitching and all. And I get it. It's part of baseball. I hated watching that man pitch. No, by the way, he's not necessarily a good dude off the field either. But
and he hasn't pitched since briefly last year.
Yeah, he got hurt. When he was with the Padres?
He
Padres last year? Yeah.
Yeah. And then he hasn't pitched since then. So he's back, presumably healthy. But at this point, this is what you have.
Yeah, I mean, this was who did they get last year? Buehler. You know what I mean?
Walker Buehler.
He was available, so they picked him up. And that was actually Walker Buehler actually intrigued me. Nestor Cortez, like you said, he's not your flame-throwing lefty. He's not Alvarado.
No, he may have one appearance and suck, and you never see him again.
Right, exactly.
So I don't know. I haven't seen if this is possible bullpen rotation depth
I know they
piece.
asked Don Mattingly that question. He basically gave a we'll see. Like, he did not say, yeah, he's going to be our sixth man, moving forward. He just said, yeah, we'll see how this plays out a little bit. I mean,
because he's going to single A, but he's on the 40-man roster. So what that means is they're using up a roster spot, essentially, and he's going to get ready down, I believe, in Clearwater.
Yeah, has he pitched much at all in the minors this year?
No, he hasn't pitched at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, like, he might throw 82 miles per hour.
So at this point, what do you even like? If he's going to take a couple weeks to get ready, I haven't seen a timetable. We're already almost at the end of August.
Yeah, we might not.
What are we doing?
We might not see him. Like they're
going to put him in the bullpen for the last half of September,
and you see what he's got coming out of the pen. And
it's just an odd bullpen arm because he doesn't have typical bullpen stuff. He's almost like I'm not going to say a poor man's Jamie Moore, but he's going to throw a bunch of pitches, and he's trying to trick you up there more than he's trying to throw it by you.
Yeah, or a Ranger, right? Even though Ranger could gear it up every once in a while. But Ranger was more of a pitcher than a thrower, and
of course, yeah, you're right.
And Ranger, they used him that 2022. He was a starter, he was a reliever, he did it all.
So we'll see. But that was the big move from yesterday. But listen, you have Luzardo on the mound tonight. I'm feeling good about the Phillies. They've won 6 straight. They've turned things around.
I'm excited to have them back. As much as they drive me nuts, I missed them last night. Like, it's a horrible relationship that I have with them, man. But, like, I missed them last night.
You know what? I was fine with the day off.
I
needed the day off, yep. In large part, we don't really, we're going to spend a little bit of time on today's show, but it's nice to not have to be mad about a win.
Yeah, they've won 6 straight. Like, I kind of want that to keep on going.
The momentum. Good point.
They need days off. Their bullpen's worked right now. Like, they need the best thing that happened for them, and I know we're going to get into it with the cornfields, not only that game maybe waking them up a little bit, but the fact that they had the day off afterward. Like, that, they needed that. Their bullpen was there was the game where Garrett Stubbs was going to pitch the 10th inning.
Yep.
If Bolin didn't get the save in the 9th, it would have been Garrett Stubbs in the 10th inning. That's how worked they've been.
So, to your point, we're going to pay off the tees. So, Jim Salisbury was on foul territory And Andrew had said this earlier in the week, and I didn't roll my eyes at it, but I was just like, yeah, it could be that game kind of united the team, and they're like, man, like, this is cool.
I said it the morning of to Connor. I said, look, if I close my eyes and I'm looking for a positive takeaway from anything, maybe tonight just playing baseball turns things around. They're reminded that it's a kid's game.
All right, here's Salisbury.
They go into Iowa, and Aaron Nola, who is everybody's favorite teammate, one of the most respected men in that clubhouse, has had an up-and-down season really for a couple years. Lately, he's really gotten it together. He goes out there and pitches great. Schwarber hits 2 home runs. I think everybody takes a cleansing breath. So though it was a demanding travel day where they, like I said, parachuted in and then finished the day by getting on a bus and an airplane going to Minneapolis, though it was a really arduous day, I think it got them on a bit of a right path because they had that next day was an off day, kind of a reset day, and they went into Minnesota to finish the 2-game series.
Did Mattingly getting just a athletic supporter and run up and down the bus?
Maybe.
Aisle?
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I had Ant Sanfilippo on the day after because he was there, and I really wanted to hear what it was like being there.
Yeah, Ant's great.
And I asked him some of the questions about sort of the vibe of it, and he said one of the cool things, or maybe the best things for them, they had no time to warm up. They had all those media obligations that they had to do.
Go to the park, get ready for the game, and then you're out.
So there was no routine. There was no, all right, this is when we start doing our stretches. This is when we do our batting practice. It was just go out there and play. And maybe that was the best thing for them. These guys are talented. This Phillies team, as much as they drive us nuts, as much as there is a legitimate question of whether or not they make the playoffs, this team is too talented to be this bad. Are they a good baseball team? When I say good baseball team, I mean they do all the fundamentals. They do everything right. No, I don't.
We have a good club.
Yeah, they have a talented club, Dave. But you're not a good baseball team because there's a lot of things that you don't do right. But maybe this change of approach at the plate that they have ever since they got Luis Ariz, maybe some of the defensive realignments has helped them out a little bit. Maybe the lineup being a little bit deeper makes them, if you squint, a good club. Well, they're talented.
I'll tell you what. I know who my third baseman is next year. Stott.
Yeah.
And I know who my second baseman is next year, hopefully. Ariz.
Yeah.
Isn't he exactly what you need? I don't know if he necessarily needs to be your cleanup hitter going forward, but it's worked this year.
You need a guy that's getting on base, yeah.
Bat-to-ball skills, because you don't have that guy.
Correct.
And he really does help the lineup. And that's what pissed me off this year about what Dombrowski did. He didn't change anything with the lineup. It was the same lineup.
Yeah, that's why I'm not surprised that this is happening.
Right. But Crawford, you can put Crawford in there. It doesn't mean he's going to have impact in his rookie year. So you hope that he has more impact next year.
And he's hitting the ball.
He's been good. He's been good.
Yeah, he's hitting. I'll say he's hitting the ball because it's not he's shooting into the outfield. He's hitting dribblers, but he's fast. And that I get it. 2026. It's about the long ball and putting up crooked numbers. They need to score runs somehow, man. They're doing it.
They are. All right, coming up next. Does Bryce Harper deserve more credit? Bryce Harper's been an interesting character to follow here with the fans because people are starting, the waiver on Bryce for his first however many years in the city. There wasn't anybody who was saying anything bad about Bryce.
Clock's ticking.
Yeah, the clock started ticking definitely after last year.
That Mets series was
bad.
That started a lot of this.
That started the ball rolling, and then after last year, and then Dombrowski's comments and everything else.
Yeah.
So does he deserve more credit? We'll discuss also Herb on the Phillies, because Herb's a baseball guy.
Oh, yeah, he breaks it down like nobody else.
All right, it's coming up next. It is Marks and Salciunas, 97.5.
Dunne. Now more Marks and Salciunas with John Marks and Andrew Salciunas on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Oh, yeah, we're back. Brace is going to join us in studio for a new game. What's the game?
Headbands, Philadelphia Athlete Edition.
All right.
You, me, Sean, first one to get theirs right wins. By the way, I learned something about Sean Brace.
You did?
He's a K texter.
Oh, he does the
not an OK, so not a O and the letter K or an OKAY. He's a K.
You know when I get the K from my wife? When
trouble.
She's not happy.
Yeah, oh, I know.
Same thing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that.
I'll get the K and I'll be like, oh, great, I got a K.
Yeah, I know what that means. But Sean, I don't think Sean is unhappy right now, so he's just a K guy.
That's kind of a feminine
I didn't know.
text back.
We got to ask him about it.
It's weird. He's a K guy.
This is going to be an interesting segment because we have a game. I have to pay off a bet, and now we have to ask him why he's a K guy.
And also,
on Twitter,
how happy is he that AJ did the right thing and came over and talked to Jalen? And does he want to join Club AJ?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's another big topic. There's a lot to get into with Sean Brace coming up at he'll be in studio at 9.
And not 9-ish.
Yeah, 9-ish.
And then we play the game that segment.
Whatever happens, it happens.
Let's hear what is the Harper cut that we wanted to play? Is this San Filippo?
Yeah, he was on with Middays yesterday. I was listening and I texted you guys right away. I was like, let's have this ready.
By the way, Anthony Sanfilippo is really, really good.
He's awesome.
And I want him on our show, not their show. I want to stake claim to Anthony Sanfilippo.
Have you guys signed off on all of the divorce papers?
Not officially, but it's one of these things where I feel like that we don't need to go to lawyers. We're working things out ourselves.
Okay.
We can, here's what I'm saying. Like, they had him yesterday. When did you had him last week?
I had him on last week. Yeah, the day after the Field of Dreams game.
Yeah, that's right.
So is he a morning show guest or is he a Connor guest because Connor was the producer that would get in touch with him?
Do you mind sharing him?
Look at Ray.
Look at Ray.
Ray's already go to war.
Ray's dressed very Ray-like today, as is Connor.
He is. Yeah, he's got the teal sweatshirt, but with the khaki pants.
At least he's not wearing a temple. Anyway.
That's tomorrow.
So let's hear from Anthony Sanfilippo on Bryce Harper.
That meeting actually took place back in July. Mattingly wasn't sure the exact day, but he said it was like the week of the 20th, somewhere between the 20th and the 25th. And so it was the hitting coaches that called the meeting. And it's not like they haven't said these things before, right? It's not like they haven't told these players these things before. I think, though, when you looked at, hey, listen, we are the worst on-base team in baseball. Something's got to change if we want to get to where we got to go. And it really became more stark. I think the players started to buy into that a little bit. Then you add Luis Arraez, who is one of the best on-base, well, not on-base, but contact hitters in the sport, leads the National League in hitting. And you put him behind Bryce Harper. And I think that's the key to this, guys. Bryce Harper has changed everything once Arraez arrived. And in the last 15 games with Arraez here, Bryce Harper's on-base percentage is .529. .529. That's the difference. If Bryce is getting on base and Bryce is willing to be a pass-the-bat kind of guy, then everybody's willing to be a pass-the-bat kind of guy. And I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, and with guys on base, pitchers are obviously less comfortable. They're working out of the stretch.
Yeah.
And that's why you may be seeing Alec Bohm having more success, Stott having more success. And like one thing leads directly to everything else. And I mean, what do we talk about in the offseason, which was protecting Bryce Harper?
Yeah.
And what I said was, listen, Bryce needs somebody to protect him. He also has to stop chasing. He needs to take the pitches,
Exactly.
and that's something that he's doing.
Yeah, and so when I heard Ant saying this yesterday, one of my first thoughts was this has been a weird year for Bryce Harper because it's the first time where he's really feeling heat from the fan base. And look, I get it. Clock's ticking. We did it with Joel Embiid. Like 2 years ago, there was an uproar of I'm done with Joel Embiid because they have not won yet. It's going to happen with every single team. If a guy's been here for too long and they've never won anything, people want to get rid of him. Bryce Harper, I still feel like he is sometimes underappreciated. And I'm not just talking about going back to 2022 when that was the first year they made the playoffs in a decade, but look at what this team's doing right now. He moves to right field. He's been saying for a couple of years that he's been willing to do that, to go back to right field if it's for the right fit. They got the right fit. He moves to right field. He's now changing his approach at the plate. He felt the need to chase those pitches because he didn't trust anybody else. He now has trust in Luis Ariz to continue the lineup going. Bryce Harper, for all the complaints that people have that they have not won a World Series yet, I understand it. He does continue to do whatever he believes is the right thing for the team. Not necessarily the right thing for Bryce Harper, but the right thing for the team. And I think there's not enough credit that is shown toward Bryce Harper for little things like this.
It's a good point. Well, I'm a Bryce guy.
I know you are.
I like Bryce. I've always loved Bryce.
I mean, so do I. There's things that annoy me, right? They're trying to stretch a single and a double when it's a base hit up the middle of the center field. Like, you're stupid.
He tries to do too much with that stuff.
Like, don't do that kind of stuff. And then he does, well, I've been playing that way since I was in third grade. Yeah, because little Timmy can't throw the ball from center field to second base, but the major league outfielder can. So you can't continue to play that way, Bryce.
All right. Well, from one baseball guy to another.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Salciunas, the Herb from Northeast Philly, well known across the Diamonds in Northeast Philadelphia and beyond. What's going on, Herb?
What's up, Johnny Marks? You know what's going on.
No, I don't. How are you, buddy?
Well, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm getting ready for my London trip on October the 7th.
I didn't know that. I haven't talked to you, Herb.
Yeah, I thought maybe you heard or something.
I can tell you this. I don't listen to you on any other radio stations.
Yeah.
Unless you're calling Preston and Steve on, and I can't even do that anymore. But go ahead.
Yeah. Man, this summer went fast. I tell you, it's unbelievable how fast this summer went.
Yeah. What do you do? Are you still being the security guard down at the? Yeah.
I'm right here, man. I'm in the arena. I'm just getting in my electric vehicle right now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, Herb. So we had a couple questions for you because maybe the audience doesn't know. I mean, listen, you're one of the more famous sports radio callers in the city. But if you had to name your number one all-time athlete in Philadelphia, we want to know some of your resume. These are resume questions. Who's your favorite Philadelphia sports athlete?
I would have to go back and.
You knew it wouldn't be a quick answer.
I would have to say either Mike Schmidt or I would have to say.
Well, don't think about it.
Yeah,
you just give the answer.
You should
give the answer. It doesn't have to be the best answer. So Mike Schmidt or Dr. J. All right, who's your favorite Eagles coach of all time? I think I know your answer because you knew him.
Yeah, you know my answer. Okay, Buddy Ryan is my man. My man.
You knew Buddy?
Yeah. Of course I knew Buddy. I told you the story when I went to Dallas for a game, and then the next day I flew from Dallas over to Houston, and I went to go see Buddy, and the security called down there, and Buddy said, bring him down. And I went down on the goal line. The Houston Oilers were doing their goal line stance. It was a Wednesday morning.
And when he was defensive coordinator of the Oilers, you went down.
Of the Oilers after he left the Eagles, yeah.
A lot of people may be saying, like, yeah, right. It's actually true. Herb also said he knew Harold Carmichael, and he's like, yeah, sure you do. Harold Carmichael actually knows. There's some people that they may not know who his name is, but then they're like, oh, I do know him.
Yes.
Because Herb is well known across many different levels.
Like, what's his name? Larry Anderson. He tries to say he don't know me.
But he knows
when they interview him. But he knows me.
He just doesn't know it. Right.
My friend Bobby Plumlee used to catch him for like 10 years
in the bullpen
at the vet.
Right. What about Ricky? Does Ricky Bo know you? I know you're a big Ricky Bo fan.
Yeah, Ricky. Of course, Ricky knows me. Him and Ruben. Yeah, they all know me.
He doesn't know you. I asked Ricky. He doesn't know you.
Herb, I have one question for you, Herb. Back in your heyday, where was the Herb nightclub? Where was Herb's stomping grounds when you were trying to go out in the town?
I couldn't even, City Line maybe, I went to the City Line, had a club at the Adams Mark,
What's the place in Northeast Philly that all the Cougars used to go to back when I was in my 20s. It's like a diner that turned into some kind
Look, I had a business, when I was 19, and I had that business for 7 years. So I really didn't even go out because I was busy. I was busy day and night with my business.
But Herb, when did you meet the
week.
famous Italian actress? Did you know this? He doesn't even remember his name, but he knew the Italian actress, and he said he was going to go over and see her, and I informed Herb she was dead. So I Googled it.
Yeah,
and he was
that's
upset.
What happened. She was Gina Lolja-Bridget. I drove her back in when I still had my limousine company.
Right.
I drove her, I think it was maybe like 08 or 09.
What's her last name?
Like toward the end. Gina Lolja-Bridget. Lolja-Bridget.
Of course.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't. That's why I asked. She looks a little like
and
I don't know.
She was wearing like a mini skirt in my limo. I took her from Ben Salem. She went to go visit the mayor. My friend Amato Biardi actually was the one that hooked it up, but Amato passed away in Rome 2 weeks before Christmas this past year in 2025.
Oh, man. So she moved back to Italy.
That was a shock to me, and he knew Gina. He used to go out with Gina, casually or so, like as a friend. And he, when he used to go to Rome, and he was elected official for like 4 years.
Herb, listen, buddy. Listen, I got to run.
He's just gonna keep
I know he is. Herb, I got to run. We're up against it. But yes, this woman was at 79. She was engaged to a 45-year-old. Oh. And Herb was talking, and the story I believe. Herb said he was going to go over and visit her, and then I said, Herb, she actually passed away. She would have been like 90-something if he would have went over. She died in 2023.
Oh, my God.
But I informed Herb she had passed away, and he was visibly upset when I told him.
Well, that's sad.
Yep. Someone had to tell him. No, she was legitimately, this Lola Bridget woman was an international sex symbol. Yeah.
Good for her.
Len from Swedesboro checks in with the Silk City. It's not Silk City. Silk City's on Spring Garden. This place was in Northeast Philly, and it was horrible.
There was also a place called The Library, which is apparently a nightclub back in the day here on City Ave.
I could see Herb there. Coming up next, we're going to see Sean Brace. That's correct. We're going to play Philly sports headbands with Sean Brace, and we'll see if he wants to be involved in Club AJ. That's coming up next. Marks and Salciunas.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Joint practice officially over. I'm Sean Rodman, and the Eagles had a better showing on defense according to multiple reports. The offense, though, had some ups and downs according to those various reports as well. Jordan Mailata spoke after practice on the offensive line's performance yesterday.
It was good, but we have a chance to do something special. But in order to do that, we can't have days like the last 2 days up front. It always starts up front, and we've had multiple false starts.
The Eagles are off today and have Week 2 preseason matchup on Saturday against the Patriots. The Phils are 5 games back from the Braves heading into this weekend from the NL East Division. They are 2 games up on the Padres, though, sitting in the second wild card spot. The Phillies host the Cardinals tonight and this weekend as well, with Jesus Luzardo scheduled to get the start for the Phils and Hunter Dobbins for the Cardinals. First pitch is at 6:40. I'm Sean Rodman on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Join the chat and give them your thoughts on today's topics. Here again is John and Andrew on 97.5 The Fanatic, YouTube, and the Fanatic app.
Yeah, we're back. Marks and Salciunas. We have a new game we're going to debut here. Sean Brace going to join us in studio called Phillies Sports Headbands. Sean joins us coming up here in a second. Sean, actually, he's entering the studio right now. Here's the pitch. Long drive. There it is. A 24-ounce Wawa coffee for Sean Brace. You can bring that down now there, Sean Robin. Thank you. All right, so there's that. I do want to get the Twitter poll for Sean to answer it. Then we'll get to our game that's coming up here. Sean Brace, of course, from the Brace and Dunne show. That's worldwide.
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
And you got your beer. And we'll discuss that coming up in a second. But a lot to get to with Sean Brace. It's been a while. I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah,
Sean.
man.
All right, but first, we have to get to our poll question of the day, which is sponsored by Dr. Evidon Appel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. Standing strong with support from Dr. Appel. 4 hours standing strong, Sean Brace.
That's a shift.
It is.
That's a shift.
What's our question there, Worm?
It is, do you think it's ridiculous to assign wins and losses to joint practices? It has actually gone back the other way, just 1%, and it is yes at 86% and no at 14%.
All right, there you go. Yep, all the no fun people out there. Yep. Yeah, God forbid that I actually am excited to see what happens in a very competitive joint practice. Not a game.
We talk about practice.
We're talking about practice.
Yeah, but you know what it is? They like it when they win. They don't like it when they lose. If we talk about them losing a practice, it's, come on, it's just practice. But if they have a good practice, we celebrate it.
No, see, I don't think it's that at all. I think it's the idea of training camp stats. You're keeping training camp stats. That's so stupid. It's training camp stats. So what? It's better than no training camp stats. Sean, what would you rather have? No coverage or a lot of coverage? What's going on with
I'm
you?
all about the coverage. I'm all about the news and notes. The issue that I have is it's so spread out. So how are you qualifying the score part of it? That's my only question. There's so much going on in that practice field. You got units competing against units. If you're telling me, hey, I'm keeping score of the 11 on 11 or
but it's not about the actual score.
It's just a feel.
It's about, like, for example, on Wednesday, everybody agreed the Patriots were really good and the Eagles weren't.
Correct.
Yesterday, everybody agreed the Eagles had a better day than the Patriots. You don't need a score. It's a feel fact.
Okay. And here's another thing. It depends who you trust, right? So a guy like BLG, who's down there for years now, who's been watching this, I trust him. If he tells me the Eagles played poorly the first day out,
you'll listen.
I'll listen to him. Exactly. Tim McManus, Jeff McClain, the list goes on. We know who we can.
Well, tell me who you don't trust.
Well, I think there are people out there with agendas, John. That's all I'm saying, okay? There are people with some fake takes.
Well,
if you're talking about Elliott, that's not the case.
I don't even follow him, so I have no idea what he puts out.
But there was also, in fairness, there was a report. We like Sal Powell. We like the work they did, but he said there was 3 picks to Jalen Hurts. And we go, he threw 3 interceptions. And then we find out that one of them was literally
the details was
in the arms of Dontavian Wicks, and he basically flung it to him. And you're going, he threw 3 picks.
That's
by definition.
That's perfect. That's another one. Not to say I don't trust Sal, but Sal knows what time it is. Sal's on ESPN.
Where's the
okay? And Sal knows that if he's going to be on national TV, he has to say something. Okay?
That's a violation.
Yeah. Thank you, Sal.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, he could have said it wasn't really 3 interceptions because one of them was Wicks. No, like that doesn't flow with what he's doing.
Not at all.
Agreed. Agreed. The bottom line stat is the bottom line stat. He can do it. There is context and details that matter, but that's for Club Hurts to talk about.
Yes,
not him.
We are raising the banner though, and it is a Victory Friday on the show.
Oh, that's good. I love that.
We're gonna break it down.
Good.
Victory Friday.
Put it up there.
Yes. Let's go.
Hey,
I got it for you.
You gonna start off the Eagle chant?
I heard it yesterday. Connor was not quick to the trigger to play the song.
Fight! And we'll let them do that. We don't have to steal their bit. All right. There you go. So let's do the game, and then we'll wrap it up with some Club Hurts talk.
Well, and some beer talk.
Because
I lost my bet.
All right, we'll do that now. What was the bet?
All right, so the bet was that, and I'm happy that Andrew signed off on it because I was wondering about the fine print. But the original bet was, I said Saturday night, post-game, A.J. Jalen dapping it up middle of the field. That was my vibe. That was my feeling. They were business. Everybody was about business in day one, so there wasn't a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
Now, I got a little chippy yesterday, but I thought to myself, look, everybody's going to go about their business. We got nothing to say. AJ spoke to the media, said he's not talking about it anymore. I thought that cooler heads would prevail post-game after competing for 4 straight days. Little dappage, little bro hug. Stay healthy, bro. Love you. See ya. And then we got it yesterday. I got goosebumps. Reunited, and it feels. I don't want to hate AJ.
So you actually, because I had people tell me that he knew the cameras were around and it was calculated like everything else.
Wait, and you're all is forgiven already?
I'm not all as forgiven.
No, like I hate him. No, he's like a golden retriever. You can kick him 5 times. When you come home from work, the golden retriever doesn't care.
I enjoy it. No.
As long as you give him his food.
Yeah, exactly. No, I just, again, we know what AJ was with this franchise, and they would never have the success that they did without him. So it's frustrating to have that point of view, and then on top of it, know darn well that he gave up on multiple routes last year. Did you ever see him bust it like he did in that first play against Quinyon?
No, I did not.
Last year? Well, it's been a little bit since he's done that. But to your point, we shouldn't look at the A.J. Brown era in Philadelphia as having the bad taste in the mouth. We should look at it as what a great friggin' 4 years.
Yeah, but in 2034, when they do the 10-year anniversary celebration, he gets a standing ovation. Anybody that still has an A.J. Brown jersey should still wear it proudly.
Sure.
But right now, I hate him.
Yeah, see, I don't.
Because right now I'm looking at my wide receiver core and I'm going, that guy's got bad hamstrings.
Mm-hmm.
That guy played for a team that had 7 wide receiver number 2s. That guy, Hollywood Brown, can't stick with a team. Elijah Moore, I don't know who the hell that is. Darius Cooper is the number 1 talking point. So I'm sorry. I hate A.J. Brown for the time being.
I respect it.
I'll love him in 2034. He deserves that recognition.
Look, T.O., we did a lot on him yesterday. Right? Think about what he did that following season.
Much different effort, much different than AJ.
Correct.
AJ handled himself like a pro.
But T.O., do we not love him in this city?
He's loved.
Okay, so that's my point.
AJ will be loved.
Yeah.
Anyways, the bet was they would dap up. I said they wouldn't. You said they would. 6-pack was the bet. There was no specifics as what the 6-pack was. So I go to the banquet. Coors Banquet. The good thing is
the grenade bottles.
I have an awesome story off of this.
All right.
So I texted you guys, or I tweeted at you guys that I'm going to the store right now because I lost the bet. So I go to the store and I buy the Coors Banquet because I go, this is classy right here.
Mm-hmm.
They ring it up, $1.67. They rang me up for one Coors Banquet, and the girl, I won't tell the store because I don't want her to get in trouble.
Right.
She starts looking around. She goes, honestly, I just started working here. I don't know how to fix this, so you can have it.
So $1.67.
$1.67 for
That's
the
a deal.
6-pack.
Everybody wins.
Ice cold. It is killing me not to crack one.
I've kept it in the fridge since yesterday.
Does that mean I'm an alcoholic? That I want to be?
No, even you talking about the ice cold nature, and that's a good look. That's a good beer drinking bottle. The bottle's good for drinking.
Yeah, this is tough to put back into 6-pack.
I could put that down in a couple
easily.
I'll put it back in the fridge for you back there. Just don't forget it.
All right. Well, listen, we have Andrew. You have to explain the game.
Yeah. So if people don't know what the game headbands is, the Eagles actually did it not that long ago with some of their rookies, where they had different Philadelphia figures. But I figured Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio will do different Philadelphia athletes. And so the game of headbands is you have something on your forehead, but you don't know what it is. And so it's kind of like 20 questions. You have to try to ask questions to get to the bottom of it to try to get your answer right. So we are doing Philadelphia athlete-themed headbands, and we will like to try to make this a weekly staple.
So is this a yes or no question like we would do in the envelope?
Yeah.
So it'd be
it's
Eagle
another
in the envelope.
just like that.
So it's a yes or no question we're asking.
Yeah, and Sean Rodman printed out the 3 athletes. I will put mine on my forehead now. I have no idea who I have on here.
So Andrew's going to start off, and I'm going to do mine.
Yeah, you're going to do yours.
Watch on YouTube.
Well, I can't watch on YouTube, or I'll see.
Oh, man.
The people out there.
Dude, what is this picture that you gave me? Why is there 2 pages?
And let me see you, John.
It was because the picture was going to bleed through on the other side, so I didn't want you seeing when it was face down.
Oh, so I can rip off the second one?
Yeah, you can rip off the second one now.
I won't look at
All right, so Andrew, you're going to start. You're going to ask a yes or no question. We're going to answer. You're going to give a guess if you have one.
All right, then I'll
Is
just
it
hold
bad that I don't even know who Andrew has?
That's good. All right, fine. Yes or no question. Is it an eagle?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, now you go. Because I'm not going to take a guy. Donovan McNabb, I'll just guess.
All right. Sean,
Is it Donovan McNabb?
No.
Because then you get to guess the athletes. So no.
Incorrect.
I have an Eagle. All right.
All right, Sean, your turn.
So now I ask Johnny, or am I on Andrew still?
No, you're asking
yes,
anybody.
both of us, and then we answer.
So this is about me.
Yeah.
Yes, whoever gets it
We
correct.
have different athletes on our head right
That's
now.
right. All right, so is it a Philadelphia 76er?
It is a Philadelphia 76er.
Is it Tyrese Maxey?
No,
It is not.
All right.
Is it an active player?
No, it is not.
it's not.
Okay.
Oh, now you're just you don't even have a, you don't even have a
Will
team.
Chamberlain.
No, it is not Wilt Chamberlain. All right. Do they play offense? Or did they play offense? Offensive player.
I don't even know who the player is.
I do. I do know who it is.
But it's not an offensive player.
It
right?
is not an offensive player,
All right, not offense. Okay, that might be special team still. Go ahead, Sean.
Is it a active player? Still Johnny's question.
No, it is not.
Ooh. Is this Charles Barkley?
No.
Incorrect. You could give the buzzer too there.
Yeah,
Rob.
yeah.
Add to the segment here, dude.
He knows the players that are on our floor.
Is it a Philadelphia Philly?
That is correct.
Not active Philadelphia Philly. Is it Steve Jeltz?
No. But I do love that you guys had him on last week.
I didn't love that. I
was
don't
awesome.
we had him for 20 minutes.
Steve Jeltz is still texting Ray every day. Yes.
All right. Was this player on like that 2004 run?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Patrick Chung. I don't know.
Incorrect. Again, so I have a non-active player, 76er. It's not Barkley. Is this player?
There you go.
We might have to give hints, otherwise we might be here.
Yeah, I need a little hint here. Give me a little hint.
All right, so I will say that he played in the same era as Charles Barkley. He played with Charles Barkley.
Is this? Oh man, I think Mo played with him. Is this Mo Cheeks?
Wow. We have a winner.
God.
Mo Cheeks.
Oh my God! Already.
All right, so hang on. We get a hint too. All right, so you're gonna get a hint, Andrew. I'll get a hint as well.
All right. My question was, were they on that 2000 to 2004 run? So I'll tell you, this player was involved in the 7 to 11 stretch.
There you go.
Is it Carlos Ruiz?
It is not.
All right, so I lose. All right, you get one more.
What hint do I have?
I'll give you your hint. You ready?
All right.
Present day.
Yeah, it's active player.
Active player.
In the news recently.
And expectations for this season.
All right, in the news recently.
That's a lot of hints.
Does he drive over 100 miles per hour?
No,
So
but
it's not Nolan Smith.
Vic Fangio did speak about him specifically this week.
Moro Ojomo.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
In the news.
It was on the show sheet today.
You bring it,
You
John.
think I looked at it?
You're close, John. You're getting warm.
I'm close?
Yeah, you're so warm.
I'm so warm. Brad Lidge.
No.
Incorrect.
Is it backup catcher?
No. Starting player. How about that?
Yes.
I'll tell you. Oh, no. I'm
for
saying
me.
that for you, it's a starting player.
All right.
All right. For me, it's a starting player. Secondary.
Incorrect.
All right. Jalen Carter.
No. No.
Nope.
The coach and the defensive coordinator spoke about this player.
He's in the news today. Yesterday. Today.
I believe he's on our cut sheet.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Is it a infielder?
No.
No.
And a starting player. Is it Shane Victorino?
It is Shane Victorino.
I sold you down the river.
You still have to finish.
What do I got? Jordan Davis.
Incorrect.
Jalen Hunt.
Incorrect.
Quinyon Mitchell.
All right, stop.
Cooper DeJean.
Stop. His start to the season is being questioned. His availability for
Jonathan Grenard.
Correct.
All right. He's never played before.
How about Mo Cheeks?
No, that's a tough one. How do you get Mo Cheeks?
On your third guess.
Pulled that out of my you-know-what. Because I wasn't even sure if he played with Barkley for a second. And I'm like, yeah. Dude, I had Hersey Hawkins in my mind.
Hawk?
I had Dana Barros in my mind.
Did not play with
Chuck?
No, he came post.
Okay. Yeah, it would have been a struggle there for a second.
Maurice was probably traded in 89 or 90.
So he had a couple seasons.
Believe it or not, you know how Mo Cheeks found out he was traded?
How?
From Michael Barkan. Michael Barkan at the time was working for Channel 3. He was the young weekend weekend sports guy.
Was he wearing red glasses then?
He did not wear red or blue glasses, but so he goes to Mo's house, and I think Mo lived over here towards PCOM. I think it was over here.
Huh.
So Barkhan's like by his house, and Mo comes home and he parks. There's no cell phones. There's no there's landlines.
Different day and age.
Right. So he comes home and Michael Barkhan broke the news that he was traded from the Sixers.
That's incredible.
I think to the Hawks is where he got traded.
Well, shout out to Barkhan, still doing it at a high level. I love watching him and Ricky post game.
My favorite 76er growing up for sure was Maurice G.
That's what I kind of connected the dots. Robin, did you know that?
I did not know that.
Okay, well,
I love Mo Cheeks.
Pulled that out of my you-know-what.
Now, of course, whenever you win a game, people claim that you cheated.
I did not cheat.
YouTube is claiming that you cheated.
I did not cheat.
He would not have been able to cheat.
No.
He couldn't see.
No, I don't think you cheated.
Yeah, well, you can see that part, but no, I did not.
It was doubled up, though.
I did not cheat. Trust me. I only had a few names to pull from.
We
Just
have
a good guess.
Yeah, we have people trying to break it down, man.
Yeah, as always. The YouTube chat doesn't miss
Congratulations.
anything.
You just keep winning. You win bets.
Dude, yesterday was a money day for me.
You're not kidding.
I'm on fire right now.
Yeah, show's on fire coming up with Ray Dunne, Connor.
I will tell you this much, though. I'm glad you guys put a smile on my face because I dropped the ball last night. I had an opportunity to get some, and I didn't. And then I woke up this morning.
Why didn't you?
Fernando Mendoza.
Are you kidding me?
You were deflated after the pick six?
I had no idea. So here's the long story short. I set the tone, set the vibe early. You know, we're all married men. You got to do that early.
You got to plan it.
Next thing you know, well, it works half the time. That and Sex Panther, right? Other than that, so I go, hey, possible we hang out tonight, sure. Everything was going in that direction until all of a sudden I thought she went to bed. She went,
she did go to bed.
No contact, no, lights off, everything. And I'm not going to poke my head in there going, hey,
what up?
You gotta feel that part out, yeah. So, with that being said, I let her go to bed. Next thing I wake up this morning and she's like, I was waiting. And I'm like, no.
Oh, my God.
And she said to me, do I have to do all the work around here? I'm like, no, I didn't know that, no. So that was my morning. I had a little bad morning. I'm not going to lie.
No morning?
Yeah, that's tough news to wake up to. You had the golden opportunity.
So, did you think that she was asleep and you said, I'm just going to let her sleep?
Yeah.
I would have definitely climbed into bed.
No, because I had Mendoza on my mind.
So it had more to do with Mendoza's pick six than.
Can I buy stock in a number one overall pick? Is that a thing?
Yeah, well, it could be a segment.
Okay, yeah, I want all of Mendoza stock.
But why?
Because I love the kid. I like the Raiders too. I'm starting to become a Las Vegas Raider.
What do you like about
secondary fan?
I kind of hate everything about that team.
They're building in the right direction. Andrew.
Yes, by drafting a running back in the first round last year with no offensive line.
Yeah. N'Kobe Dean on the other side.
So listen,
of course, culture guy.
I'm always for having the AFC team that you root for, and it can go from year to year. I'm like that in college. College football. I'll be like, I like this team this year. I'm good. Vegas is a good. Yeah, you're buying low. You're getting a lot of stock at a low price.
I think 5.5 is number for win total this year.
Yeah,
something.
They may not.
They might not hit that. You're right.
They may not.
We don't even know who's playing quarterback.
It's going to be.
It's going to be Kirk Cousins,
Yeah.
right? But how quick do they switch over? Russell Wilson was the starting quarterback of the Giants for 5 minutes last year.
I don't.
Buying all the stock.
But it's Mendoza. I mean, I'm not telling you Jackson Dart was the most pro-ready quarterback, but he came out and he gave him a little something. And Russell Wilson stinks.
Did they go right to Dart? Because Winston played a bit last year.
Did he play a couple games?
I forget if they went right to Dart.
No, they didn't go right to him.
Yeah, I think they went
Winston. He
too.
won a game, too, I think.
He did, yeah.
So I didn't know if that's okay to buy stock at a number one overall pick.
I mean, you could have it. I'm not fighting you for it.
And last thing, bro, I got out of the shower. I was naked, and I texted you back K. That was it. It was one.
Yeah, but I know K's an
interesting decision.
That was it. It was just a K. I'm dripping wet.
Well, but I mean, I know it takes a lot of effort to do an O and a K.
I also know it takes a lot of effort to dry off.
No, hang on. He's a K guy.
Am I?
You're a K guy.
I'm a K Adams guy.
Not K-A-Y, and not the jewelry store where Kiss
you know
comes
what
with
I
K.
am. I am a thumbs up to your message type of guy. But since Andrew and I don't have the back and forth that we're getting on,
you can thumbs up me. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was dripping wet, and I wanted to let you know I'm in.
Yeah, well, I didn't
appreciate
need
you
the
being a part
visual
of
of
it.
him of you being nude, texting Andrew.
Got a great new shower, Johnny. You should come check it out.
Oh, that's right. I will. Can I take notes like Kramer took in
By
the,
the way,
in the shower?
how aggressive are you going to be tonight? Now that you know you had an open net yesterday.
No, I'm going out tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is bad. It's just bad. It's bad. It was really deflating to start my morning.
Bad things happen in Philadelphia.
All right. I had a chill in the air. Football season is here. It's a Football Guy Friday, and I dropped the baton on getting some action last night.
You didn't drop the ball, though. You dropped the baton.
He didn't drop anything.
One last thing, all right?
Yeah.
Club AJ. All right? I'm starting it. I got objective club hurts, which is fine.
Man.
But I think that we need a club for, because a lot of people who told me I was the a-hole for, like, he's not going anywhere, fake news, you loser. And then he gets traded and everybody hates him. All those people that were telling me he's not going anywhere, now he's a bad guy and all this other stuff. I need to start a club for all the people that appreciate A.J. Brown, because he should be appreciated. Not like Andrew that's like, I don't have Wicks and I don't have A.J.
Screw that guy, dude.
Shut up. But it's good that he's gone. You don't want to bring him back.
No, you did not want him back, but here's the deal. If they go up there and start winning 6-7 games, you think people are going to want to be in your club? No, they're going to be upset. They're going to be frustrated.
But sometimes it's better to get the value out of somebody and get out before it gets bad. If you bring him back for another year, you're worried about on-field production, you could totally torpedo your team. You can't be having social media activity complaining about the offense every week, and that's what you're going to get. And in no way he should have come back. And you can say you hate him because of that.
I do.
And that's a character flaw in him.
They won a freaking Super Bowl and it wasn't good enough for him.
But what made him great is having that type of personality. So you have to accept that.
Well, and that's why I still wanted him. That's why I still wanted him back, even with all the nonsense that was going on.
Real quick, Football Guy Friday, question of the day. Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown? You got to pick one for your wide receiver one. Who you taking?
That's easy.
Who is it?
A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown.
And I love Devontae.
Okay.
Yeah. No, A.J. Brown's going to have 1,400 yards this year.
Yeah, he's going to rip it up.
He's going to kill it. All right, there he is, Sean Brace.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. That country duo, Brace and Dunne, coming up at 10 o'clock.
All blue balls.
Coming up next, though, how many wins are the Phillies going to get this year? What about the Braves? Can they win the division? We go over the rest of the schedule, and we give them a win, and we give them a loss. That's coming up next. It's Marks and Salciunas.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Eagles win joint practice. I'm Sean Rodman. According to Bleeding Green Nation's Brantley Gouton, the Eagles won day 2 after a bad day in the first joint practice. The Eagles were better on defense, although the offense had some inconsistencies, according to multiple reports. Good news for the Eagles, though, is Mekhi Lemon was seen on the practice field a little bit more than the day prior. The Athletic Zach Berman joined the show earlier today, and this is what he said on Lemon's in training camp this year.
I haven't seen enough from Mekhi Lemon because he's only practiced for a few days. But you are correct in saying that he needs to be, an early contributor for the Eagles.
We'll see if he can be an early contributor, and a lot of his absence has been due to a hamstring injury. Now, Berman also said that because of that injury, we'll see what he does early in the season. Eagles play the Patriots tomorrow night, the second preseason game for the Birds. Phils are back in action tonight at home against the Cardinals. Jesus Luzardo scheduled to start for the Phils, and Hunter Dobbins for the Cardinals. First pitch is at 6:40. I'm Sean Rodman on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app. Baxter in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Baxter.com.
I heard you talking about the Bagster earlier. If I had a Bagster, my kids would have nothing left in the house.
Yeah, dude. I was talking about Coop's Toys, and our man MBD, one of our great YouTube family members, was like, dude, you can't throw out his toys. Trust me, there are some that have gone missing recently. Like, especially my wife was so big on the developmental toys early on. When, you know what his development was? Can I chew this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't learning trigonometry.
So, also, you have one. I have stuff that, I have 10, 9, and 5.
Yeah.
So, the 10 and the 9-year-old aren't playing with the 5-year-old's toys, but the 5-year-old still has their toys. So, I have the different ranges of Barbies,
oh, yeah, I'm sure.
baby dolls. I have so much crap. We have 5. When I say doll houses, I'm talking about expensive big doll houses in my house. What do you do with them? Right? Like, I know what I do with them. I don't want to sell them, but I'm not going on Marketplace to sell stuff. I don't want to deal with it.
I know. Christy, when we moved into our new house, we were living in Manayunk, so we didn't have much room. So our parents were like, here, take all of your old stuff now that you have your own house. And she has those American Girl dolls.
Which I do as well.
And how expensive are those things?
Expensive.
And so she doesn't want to just get rid of it. And we have a boy who doesn't have interest in dolls. And so what do we do with it? Because I know that's worth a couple $100, but then again, she played with it as a kid. So what are you going to do? Just throw it out? Like, I don't know what you do with these things.
You sell them.
I have all these baseball bats. The little ones, the souvenir bats.
What you do is you just accumulate everything in your storage, and then it stays there forever. At least that's what I do with everything.
And boy, some of it's not even toys. I have Phillies jerseys from that run. I have every player. Rollins, Utley, Howard, like all those guys. And I, at a young age, I'm really frugal with my money.
Cheap?
Yeah, like I'll pick up a tab for people. I just don't buy things for myself.
That's the way I am, too.
Yeah.
I'm not cheap, but I bargain shop and comparison shop.
I had all my friends down the Jersey Shore the other day. I paid for everything, and I didn't care. I didn't even ask for it. But the Philly shirts, like, I know my mom and my dad spent their hard-earned money on it.
Right.
So what am I going to do, get rid of it?
It means something to you. It has a meaning. It's a snapshot of your life.
A 17-game plan for 10 years with my dad. Like, all those Phillies games I went to. Like, I don't want to put those memories away.
All right, so listen, the Phillies, got to get to this because the segment's already winding down here. The Phillies are hosting the Cardinals this weekend, 70-58, 5 games back from the Braves. Well, let's go over the rest of the schedule, and we'll do it series by series to see how many win. Thank you.
Let's break it down, man.
All right, so Phillies, you had 3 against the Cardinals at home.
They take 2 of 3. They got to bounce back after that ugly series.
All right, you keep track, Robin. That's 2 for the Phillies. All right, from there, we're going to at Seattle. So you're on the road trip at Seattle.
They just called up a young prospect that they really like, and they're still fighting for a spot. At Seattle, they might drop 2 of 3 in that series.
All right, we'll do 1. All right, so then you go to 3 against the Angels. Win 2 of 3, sweep.
They sweep the Angels. After losing 2 of 3, they'll sweep the Angels.
But then they go to Arizona for 3. I don't like this. They do not fare well against it. And Arizona's fighting for a playoff spot against you.
You know what? No. They take 2 of 3. You know why?
No.
Because they're not trying to hit home runs anymore. And that ballpark, you can't go out there swinging for the fences. I think that's part of the reason why they lost that series.
Agreed.
So I think they take 2 of 3.
Well, they also came into the series hitting home runs like you've never seen before, and then it quickly went south. All right, it's a big one. Home against Atlanta. This could be the division right here.
Dude, that...
4 against Atlanta.
4?
Yes.
They split.
All right, Houston, 3 at home.
They take 2 of 3. Houston's frauds.
At Atlanta, 3.
They drop 2 of 3.
At Washington, they've been killing them this year.
They sweep them.
At the Mets, 4.
3 of 4.
Home against Milwaukee. End of the year, may not need it.
No. Milwaukee might want that bye. They drop 2 of 3.
All right, and then home against the Rays.
They take 2 of 3.
All right, add it up there, Robin. How many?
What was the Diamondbacks one? I missed that one.
They take 2 of 3 against the Diamondbacks because the small ball Phillies take care of business.
Yeah, it's true. All right, what do you got?
I
I got 22 wins.
So that puts him at 92 wins.
And that was right around where I predicted this year, 92 wins.
Well, that's over.
How about it?
You could have gotten the over at 86.5 last week.
That's nuts. All right. 92 sounds right.
All right, let's go to the Braves. All right.
The Braves.
Braves have 3. So you have 2 at Milwaukee and then 1 home against Milwaukee.
They split, I'll just say.
And then the home one against Milwaukee. So 3 games total.
Oh, okay. Well, then they drop 2 of 3, and they make things interesting early on.
So that's 1 win. Home against the Dodgers, 3.
They drop 2 of 3.
Home against Colorado.
They sweep.
1 against San Francisco at home.
They win.
2 at Washington.
They win both.
4 at the Phillies. What did you say?
Split.
2 home against the Rays. Or, 3 home against the Rays.
They drop 2 of 3.
3 home against the Phillies.
They take 2 of 3.
3 at the Cubs.
They drop 2 of 3. That's a great matchup.
It really is. Because the Cubs are going to be playing for something for sure. 3 at Houston.
They take 2 of 3.
3 home against the Reds.
They sweep.
And then 3 at Miami.
They take 2 of 3.
Doesn't seem
they probably sit people game 162.
The Phillies have 92 wins. The Atlanta Braves right now, it doesn't feel like that they're going to have enough wins. Right now they're 75 wins. How many wins?
20.
95 wins the Braves win the division.
So they cut it close. And we go, all right, at one point when they were back 10 games, they cut it down to 3. Let's go. Let's see what happens in the playoffs. Like you said earlier, I don't need them to win the division. I'm just happy that we can actually say, hey, they've played good enough baseball recently that they're back in the contention of the division. It also means that the Braves aren't playing great baseball. And if the Braves aren't playing great baseball going to the playoffs, maybe that's a team you're not so worried about.
Yep. No, you're right. And honestly, with Milwaukee, and if they get the bye, remember teams with the byes coming out of the bye. Not necessarily great. I know that was the Braves a lot, but there's something to be said for that. And then the media's asking questions about it, and it's like, well, what do you think? Are you guys worried about it? And then they're playing simulated games. Not sit for a week.
They're bringing in 5,000 fans to try to make noise, to make it feel like a playoff game.
So it becomes a real thing when teams start doing that. Instead of just being like, we'll be fine, I'm not worried about it, and shutting out the noise, now they're having simulated games because they are worried about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that talking point. Like,
the Braves were worried about it because they lost.
Right, exactly.
And they lost again.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. All right, this weekend, Cards. What did you say, 2 or 3?
2 or 3. Yeah, that series was their low point of this season.
This is payback.
And they bounce back. They take 2 of 3. That series against St. Louis was the moment where I think a lot of this city said, screw this team, I'm done. And we started getting I almost kind of want them to miss the playoffs tweets and texts and calls.
No, it wasn't almost like that.
No,
it was sell at the trade deadline. Remember, because there was a lot of selling at the trade deadline talk.
Yeah.
And then there was, it's better for the team if they miss the playoffs because that would invoke change. Even though it may not invoke change.
It might not. I mean, lifetime contract is what Bob Nightingale keeps on saying. They lost sets. They won 6-5 in game 1, and then they lost 2-0 and then 7-1. That Wednesday night game where they go out without a whimper, and you're going like, oh, my God, Wheeler didn't look good that day. You're thinking this could go bad. They were only 6 games over 500 after they lost that final game against the Cardinals, and then they started winning.
All right, Luzardo tonight. Can't wait to see that. Andrew Painter, 6:05 tomorrow night. Now instead of not wanting to see Painter pitch, I want to see what he's got. He's looked good.
He's got to get past the first inning. It's unbelievable. He's got to get past it.
He does. I'll be curious to see how he looks this time because a lot of me feels like he's been more fortunate than good in some of these games. And then you have Chris Sanchez, 135 on Sunday. Coming up, everything that we missed, including Rich Paul talking about the latest practice video with LeBron and Jaylen Brown and Tyrese Maxey. Ooh, and Michael Kay, he said something kind of crude on the air. And everything else we missed. That's coming up next. Marks and Salciunas.
Jason.
is kind of funky. This has an 80s vibe to it.
Yeah, this is a heading down the highway with the top down. This is a Connor Thomas song. Except it's not the highway, it's Broad Street.
Shirt off, thigh meat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
He's got the chain.
Definitely got the chain.
He's got the chain, yeah.
Huh.
He looks great, though. He's waking up at whatever time now.
Yeah.
I saw him out there. I said, dude, I'm all seriousness. You look awake. He's good.
Yeah.
I mean, these hours suck.
Oh, no, I already don't. I'm already over it.
I'm already over it.
I'm applying for
I'm
the
out.
midday update job. I'm out after a week. Honestly.
Afternoons, he's a producer still.
So not a bad idea. No, I'm not working afternoons. All seriousness, it's maybe a little bit earlier than I'm used to getting up. I was up before 5 o'clock pretty much every day anyway.
Yeah, so when they first moved me in the mornings, it was perfect timing because Coop was 1.5 years old. So, like, 5 o'clock, I had to wake up an hour early.
Right.
Like, 4 a.m. is my alarm. Like, I'm kind of used to it. And plus, I'm a lunatic.
Yeah, 4 o'clock, to me, 4 o'clock's not bad. I was up pretty much at like 4:50 every day because then it became natural where that's just what time I was waking up. And then I get up because my girls in the morning, I would feed them and get them ready for school, where I would get a good 90 minutes of getting ready for the midday show. Because then once that happened, until I got in, I wasn't able to look at anything because like I'm getting them ready for school.
Yeah.
So it really hasn't been, and I like the fact that there's nobody on the road. I had to call 911 today because there was a man in the road. But yeah, so it really, and it's been a week. And once again, I remember saying this to Jamie Lynch when he first started mornings. In the summer and the spring, it's not bad. When it's cold out, it sucks.
It sucks. Because, like, this morning, getting into the car was beautiful. It was, 65 degrees?
Man.
I was like, oh, my God, football weather. Like, let's go. Like, I can't wait. But in January, when it's 9 degrees and you're like, oh, my God, there's frost all over my windows.
You got to warm up the car.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It is horrible. All right, everything that we didn't get to today, Andrew Salciunas, we can kind of duel here back and forth. Let's start with this. So this is the Rich Paul, Max Kellerman podcast. I don't even know the name of it. But Rich Paul,
we knew the name of it for a week because it mattered.
That was the last time I talked about it.
I completely forget what it is.
So the practice video that came out the other day, what was it, Wednesday, I think it came out?
Yes.
It is LeBron James and Tyrese Maxey and a shirtless, sweaty Jaylen Brown in the gym just chopping it up, finished doing 3-2-1 shots to end the game.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're a Sixer fan and you watched it, it became a little bit more real, a little bit more, right? Like, It's like, wow, I can't believe this is going to happen.
This is a real practice among teammates.
All right, well, here's Rich Paul talking about that video.
If I'm a fan, if my team is showing that type of camaraderie, then I am excited about that. Guys are eager to get in the gym together. And I was there, and it wasn't just like a workout. It's really more so, and you can see this on social media. Guys are working out in terms of actions and where they're going to be and things to look for, which I think workouts should look a lot more like that, because just being in the gym, working on a one-on-one move, the problem we have with our young men in the game is you have all this one-on-one stuff, but you're never going to get this opportunity to play that role on this team. And you may get it on your AAU team. You get it on your high school team.
It's like when Tom Brady wound up on the Bucs, and all of a sudden they're practicing when they're not even supposed to be. He grabs a few of his receivers.
Yeah, you have to do those things. But then you should also put yourself in a role that you're actually going to play.
And that's Bron.
Yeah, I mean, he does that. And look at Joel Embiid. Those pictures of Joel Embiid, the dude looks
shredded.
Yeah, and it's why, like, I get it. I remember talking to Kincaid about this stuff, and John's like, it's crazy that you need a person to come in to sort of make somebody become more of a professional. But it is kind of the way this league goes.
Sometimes, well, with certain players,
especially when Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons first were a part of the Sixers. They let them do whatever the hell they wanted because they were supposed to be the two players that got him out of the process. Sure, you want to fly back with Kendall Jenner instead of with the rest of the team? Go for it. You're Ben Simmons. You can't do that, sixth guy on the bench. But Ben, you can. Joel, you can do whatever you want. And when you do that for 10 years,
right?
Like Embiid's walking around like, what do you mean I have to change?
Well, and to your point, see, I believe that you're going to get the best version of Joel Embiid this year because Joel Embiid doesn't want to – he became the guy that didn't show up to team activities to shoot around, that was late for everything as per Tyrese Maxey and the team meeting they held. He was that guy because he was allowed to be that guy.
Right.
People want to be held accountable. Like not everybody wants to walk around their workplace and be late and be unproductive at work. Sometimes you need that leader to come in or that boss to come in.
Right.
Be like, we're not doing this anymore around here. It started with Bob Myers and Mike Gansey, and then they bring in LeBron, and now the rest is going to fall into place. It doesn't mean they're going to win because of it, but you're going to see the best version of Joel Embiid that we've seen as a pro.
Yeah, and
mentally at least.
And look, I thought last year it sucks because it ends up playing out the same way. He gets hurt, Paul George suspended, all that kind of stuff. That opening week when VJ Edgecombe kind of took the world by storm, like Joel Embiid had a smile from ear to ear. And I was like, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Agreed.
So it was great to have youthful energy, but he was still the big man on campus. He's not anymore.
He's got to share the campus.
If he tries to act the way that he has, not that I think that he will, but if he does, LeBron's going to be like, yo, dude, I didn't come here for you to act like that. I came here for you to be a part of a championship team.
But also, Bob Myers and Gansey aren't playing.
No.
It's not. He already knows the expectation. He better not do it.
We had Bob Cooney on earlier this week, and we were like, Bob, like, is it going to be Joel's call when he plays or the Sixers team when he plays? And they said the Sixers.
Yeah, Joel's not dictating this stuff anymore. No. That was the Daryl Morey era of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Not anymore, man. Not anymore.
All right, Michael Kay. This is on the Yes Network last night. I guess the Yankees' offense has been a struggle, and they were scoring runs last night. Michael Kay had an interesting way of describing it. Listen.
For the Yankees, 3 runs in an inning. It's an offensive orgy.
Come on.
Is that all right?
So before the show, I didn't know this, and I didn't hear it till just now. You just told me that he said what he said. I have to ask, like, there are things that you're allowed to say on the radio. FCC allows it.
Right.
But there are still things that you just don't say. Like you said yesterday, there's a word that starts with the letter P that we are technically allowed to say.
But depending on the context.
Yeah, but you don't say it.
I say it occasionally, but I really need to be pissed.
Right.
To say it. So you may hear it once a year.
And pissed was not the word.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, do you really need – I get it. You're trying to be funny. I don't know. Old man saying orgy on a baseball broadcast, probably not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, could you imagine Harry Callis and the Phillies 11-2? It's an orgy. Could you
imagine? The Phillies really looking to gang. Never mind.
Yeah, like, you're allowed to say that, but you shouldn't.
Unnecessary.
You know, like, there's things that technically you're allowed to say, but you just don't say it in conversation. I think the rule of thumb is, like, there's kids listening or watching the game. Would you say it around a kid? Should probably be the rule of thumb for a play-by-play man like Mike Kay.
Yes. Yes.
Because now what does little Timmy say? What's an orgy?
No, I mean, and I couldn't possibly parent around that.
Yeah,
now he's ruined my life. Like, damn it, Michael Kay, I can't possibly. When Charles Barkley said he wasn't a role model, and it's so corny, but you would get a lot of people who would say, well, what do I tell my son who has his poster on the wall? I don't know. Be a parent. She's like, shut up.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, go ahead.
The one thing I didn't know until this morning, I saw a tweet from Harry Mays yesterday. One of a great, listener and caller over the years at the Fanatic, Archie from Sellersville. He passed away
earlier in August.
Yeah, earlier this month, and I saw Harry tweet about it. Archie, a big member of like the brewery beer community, Free Will Brewing. A lot of people. I mean, you said he was like a superstar when you had an appearance up there.
Yeah, I was in the Sellersville Inn a couple years ago doing an Eagles like Friday night appearance, and a couple people come to me like, "Yo, like Archie talks about you," and I'm like, "I've been telling," and I'm like, "I got Archie's number," so I texted him, and he's like, "I'll roll over." He was sitting at home watching TV, and he came over, and he's like the mayor up there.
Yeah. So when I saw that this morning, it bums you out because. Like you guys are with us every day. I'm looking at our YouTube family, regardless of what we say about each other, like we're here every single day. We get to know each other.
Yeah.
Right. Like I've known Archie for over a decade, and then I find out that he's no longer with us. I mean, we play Bernie Drop still, for crying out loud.
If you do this for a living and you do it right, your audience, whether it's YouTube or in particular for me, the radio audience, you get to know them. And earlier we had Bill from Northeast Philly on. I met Bill through a contest, and his buddy, his best friend Bart, won the experience, the tickets.
Yeah.
Bart was murdered.
Oh my God!
A couple years ago at work by some lunatic that just decided it was going to shoot him. Bart Mashuli, and like he's got kids that are in college and just starting their careers and stuff. He's worked his whole life to watch his kid, and it's like it's devastating. It was devastating.
Yeah, absolutely.
He texted me. It was devastating. I was actually watching the story of it up on the TV when he texted me. It was a Friday afternoon, and it's devastating. And you mentioned Bernie, and like Bernie passed away, like he lived a long, full life, but still, Levi from Overbrook, who I used to do a lot of stuff with, Levi passed away after this. So our audience, whether you're on the air or you're not, are meaningful to us.
Yeah, we love
and Archie was a big part of the station in kind of the golden years, the Bruno and Mays years. So
that's something that we missed. I don't want to leave that.
Well, I'm not going to bring up the Chucky mask guy then after Archie. All right, I will briefly. They've identified him.
Yes, and he's gone.
Yeah, they think he's went to California or Nevada because he tends to go back and forth between Philadelphia and whatever.
Why? Who else? Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? And as
this weekend I'm in Philly. That weekend I'm in Nevada.
As I suspected, they think that he's doing it to film and to put on social media.
Of course, yeah, that's a normal thing to do.
That's what you do.
Have fun behind bars.
Good job, Robin. Good job today, buddy. Good week. Sam, good job. And Austin, thank you very much. Coming up next, everybody have a great one. Coming up next is your favorite country duo.